Okay. How we doing?
I just realized we were doing this live, which of course we are. Just like
I thought you knew.
I knew, and then I'm just like, oh wait, shit.
Sorry, yeah, I was making the rounds on the Discord and the self-promo tags, just, whatever. So,
Yeah,
anyway.
no, you're good.
So, this is my new title card. Oh, you guys can't see it yet. You'll see it later. So this podcast this podcast is called "This Conversation Has No Point." It's a name that you came up with when I just decided to record our conversation with Miles when he started yelling about Star Wars again.
Yeah, so that's literally how it happened.
It's literally how it happened.
We've been trying to do this.
I threw the words into After Effects, and here we are. My name's Evan Griffin. I am the video games editor on theyoungfolks.com, and I am being joined by our music editor, Ryan, and our games writer, Travis. And we're just hanging out, talking about anything, but most particularly video games and, God, the things that just make us really go why in video games.
And other things, let's be honest.
And other things. But
why in various inflections, not necessarily a negative why, but also like an inquisitive why, and like other kinds of why. There are a lot of uses of why in video games and journalism.
Yeah. So basically, this podcast will be a Twitch recording, but it'll also end up on Anchor FM, which is a great podcast hosting place. And so if you end up finding this as a recording, it'll be through Spotify, it'll be through Apple Podcasts, it'll be through Google Podcasts, Pocket Casts, you name it. So, and then just testing that thing out, and we're trying it live. Hey, girl. I won't be reading chat as often, but I'll be occasionally coming back to it if we decide to take a break from a topic or something like that. I'll catch up there. Dylan, if you are in chat, could you please just let me know how our audio balancing sounds, just so that I can make sure that this isn't a headache in post. And that's my intro. Travis, what was your cold open?
Happy quarantine-versary, everyone.
Oh, God.
This time last year, I was getting my last haircut and piercing my ear. I got an industrial piercing, which is something I've literally wanted since I was 11, and I just never did it.
Wait, what is an industrial piercing though?
So it's like a bar that goes through the top of your ear.
Okay.
So it's basically it's two piercings and a bar goes through it.
Got it.
And my ear is weird, so I actually had to get two bars running through two sides of my ear. And I got a haircut to match it, and I was feeling really good about myself. And then, of course, by doing that, I cursed us all to have to wear masks forever so that I could spend the next year of my life catching mask strings on my fresh piercing.
Perfect. You'll love to see it.
A year ago.
Where was I a year ago? I was working at a movie theater slinging popcorn. And I was lucky in that the last film I saw in the theater was Portrait of a Lady on Fire.
Ooh, nice.
I work as a newspaper reporter in a small town, and I was getting jazzed up for the little art show that the elementary school holds every year because it's really cute and it's a really good story. And there haven't been no art shows in town, I'm afraid, for a couple months. Yeah. And I also, this was also the time of year last year where we were all talking about going to PAX East, which we never went to PAX
that's
East.
Right. Because, see, I got sick with unknown thing. And it was 2 weeks before the lockdown happened.
And I also bought tickets to see the Pet Shop Boys and New Order in Boston for August.
Great.
Yeah, that I have got a refund for those tickets. Unfortunately, I just couldn't hang on to them, but they've been rescheduled. Might buy it again, but yeah, I sure do miss concerts as the music editor.
I had that same thing because My Chemical Romance was coming to Denver.
I know.
And I couldn't secure tickets because Ticketmaster is the worst. But you know that, Ryan. You know that better than anyone.
Of course, I'm a Fish fan. Of course, I know.
And but to make it up to my spouse, I was able to secure Coheed and Cambria tickets because they were doing Never Ender for I can't even remember. I think it was it was 4. So it was the best one in a lot of people's opinion, and it was Never Ender. It was going to be the whole album. Me, her, all of our friends, we got tickets. We were hyped, and they haven't even rescheduled that.
Yeah,
we just got they forced refunds on us.
Yeah, no, the one that I was waiting for, and I'll reverge this back onto video games in a second, but I was like waiting for the tickets to drop for the full tour for Oysterhead, which is the supergroup of the bassist for Primus, the guitarist for Fish, and the drummer for the Police. They had just reunited after like 20 years of like not doing anything with that configuration of musicians. They played 2 shows in like Broomfield, Colorado, and I was waiting for like, okay, they're going to announce like a full tour because the last time they toured it was derailed because of September 11th. Cool, and then this happened. I'm starting to think that configuration of musicians is like too good to like tour, because both times they've tried to tour, something has happened. Anyway.
Woof.
Comment in chat. Nah, keep talking about My Chemical Romance and Coheed and Cambria. Man.
I'm glad I have taste.
I'll let you know the next time I do a music podcast then.
Yeah, do it.
Miles,
And
how you doing,
what
buddy?
I was doing a whole year before the plague was not a goddamn thing, because my life is exceptionally boring.
And you were proud of it.
You're goddamn right.
Oy.
I was doing then what I'm doing now, which is not a lot, bitching about things. So
Well, you're in the right place for that, basically.
I mean, you would have found a way to do that anyway.
Oh yeah. Yeah, but now people are forced to listen to what I have to say. That's the great thing.
That's true. I'm giving you a platform.
Oh, not even that. I'm talking. I got roommates because of the plague,
Oh,
and they
right.
have to
That's
listen
right.
to me because they want to live here.
So I know we're not super interacting with chat, but I do want to point out that because he joined later, we have not introduced the 4th voice here, and is now being referred to as Mysterious Voice.
Oh,
And
hi,
I'm
I'm
inclined to leave it
Mysterious
that way.
Voice. Should I introduce myself, or is that just gonna make it
guess.
I
harder to
mean,
edit
either
out?
that or I could just call you Bowl of Mysterios.
There you go. Hi, my name's Miles. I have very bad opinions, and I'm going to yell them at you over the course of my 4-hour TED Talk. Star Wars is bad now. Everything you liked as a child was never good to begin with. Please subscribe to CBS All Access.
Oh no, it's Paramount. It's Paramount Plus now.
Paramount Plus now.
Ah, damn it! Yeah,
It's gonna be the go-to place, the only place to go and watch SpongeBob and Avatar.
Hey man, I was just reading off the name they put on the check. All right, I just work here.
You gotta love that Viacom money.
Oh yeah. Hey,
you gonna be the showrunner for the new Cat Dog? I think you and Aaron would make a great Cat Dog.
showrunner. Wait, what? They're making another one? That's not real.
No, but we can pitch it.
Oh god.
They're making a reboot of Rugrats, and the animation looks like PS2 graphics.
Oh god, I didn't even watch the trailer. I can't do it.
Why? So here's a fun pitch I want to lob at Hollywood. Just let the past die. Things were worse then, and they're worse now. Don't remind us of when things were better. With bad shit.
Ryan,
You know, the last person who said "let the past die" got 3 more Star Wars movies.
So funny thing about that is,
so hear me out. He might have been onto something.
Brian, since last you were in a recording with us, which is it's like going on 3 years now, it feels like.
Oh gosh.
Been a minute.
Miles has come around on episode 8, The Last Jedi. That's how dire the state of Star Wars has gotten.
Well, no.
Hey, it's good.
It's good again.
So here's the thing. It's not that I've come around on The Last Jedi. It's just that the bottom has dropped out under The Last Jedi.
But here's the thing,
like-
it's what we all knew was going to happen because it was J.J. Abrams. He gave us a Lost ending for Star Wars.
I can't believe I allowed the last 2 movies I saw in a movie theater to be that last Star Wars movie and then Cats.
Oh, what a trip. Oh, no, with Cats, I hope you were drunk.
I'm trying to remember the last movie I saw in theater, and there is an incredibly realistic chance that it might have been the house that Jack built.
No, it would have been Sonic the Hedgehog, right? Or did you not? You didn't see it?
Hey, I have taste.
I saw Sonic the Hedgehog in my sister's backyard, projected on the side of their house.
Oh, God.
So it wasn't that one.
Is it against Twitch TOS to admit to crimes?
I
What?
don't think
No,
so.
I did it legally. I went to.
It did go to VOD pretty quick.
It's already on like free Roku TV now.
Mm.
Yeah, I streamed it from legalsite.gov. Why? What?
I'm not
Yeah, it's legal.
Big Twitch crimes. But here's the thing: we're gonna end up talking about emulators anyway.
It's true.
People who are like ex-G4 employees give stock trade advice. I think we're fine.
Yeah. Buy GameStop.
Where
no,
do we
don't
wanna
right now.
start
That's the whole
then?
point.
For real.
We have
Yeah.
themes and notes to go through, and we were 18 minutes past when we were supposed to start recording.
Hey, there's a reason this podcast has the name that it does. All right, man.
Yeah, that's kind of it's more guidelines than rules, if you know what I mean.
We're basically the Joker of video games podcasts.
Hey!
Which Joker? Like one of the good Jokers or one of the bad
No.
Jokers?
The one that gave us the meme.
No. We are one
We're
of
not a
multiple
cult.
memes.
That's all I can tell
No.
you.
We're the new Joker that might be Jesus.
So, do you think that's what it was pre-pandemic, where Jared Leto was off doing a thing where he was creating a cult? Remember that happened?
Oh no, that was real. Like
That was a real
actually
thing.
created a
That
cult. That's a
wasn't
real
him
thing.
doing the Joker thing.
Was
No,
it
that's
like
a real thing, and Hollywood has just decided to ignore it. I think.
I'm
Oh
just-
yeah, they
well-
do that with everything.
was it a good cult or a bad cult?
It's a Jared Leto cult. You tell me.
Well,
My
okay,
dude,
is it
cult
like
is like self-explanatory. On
Yeah,
that.
well, all right.
exactly.
Well, was it like a weird sex cult, or was it like, hey, appreciate my films?
What do you think?
I have no idea. I had no idea.
If you're calling it a cult,
well, all right, there are good cults. Look at
Name one.
this is not going to go well.
There is a difference between like
Evan is like absolutely seizing up right now. Like,
I'm
what
just-
is going to happen?
I'm just
Star
tired
Wars
of
fans.
I'm just tired of Jared Leto as like a whole. I'm tired of him as an actor. I'm tired of his terrible band.
The
Frankly
band isn't even
speaking.
around anymore,
Yeah,
or are they?
I knew Jared Leto was a band as a musician before an actor.
Who's his band?
30
30
Seconds to Mars.
What?
You didn't know that? Remember
I
when
feel
he
like
said
I-
that we're gonna be better than the Beatles?
I almost definitely. I feel like that's one of those fun tidbits that like exists in the back of my brain, like how Eddie Murphy was a musician.
No, like
Well,
people liked 30 Seconds to Mars for whatever reason. They're a very boring band. They try to
Sure.
be like progressive rock, but also alternative rock, and like Coheed and Cambria does the same exact
yeah,
shtick, but better.
Hey man, people
Friggin-
still like Russell Crowe's band, so
Nobody liked Russell Crowe's band.
What 30 odd yards of grunt or whatever the hell it
No,
was called?
nobody liked his.
I saw his singing in Les Miserables. I think I've seen enough.
No, so his actual singing is way better than it is in Les Miserables. I don't know
Everybody
what.
says.
I feel like he lost a bet.
Actually,
Like,
no.
it-
The guy on YouTube, Sideways, has an entire video and a half about what went wrong with the production of Les Miserables, and it's Tom Hooper. It's the Cats guy.
Yeah,
He just
no,
pretends to know what he's doing.
But so here's the thing: is that there's
In
like,
his defense, I also only pretend to know what I'm doing.
fake it till you
Welcome
make
to
it, baby.
adulting.
But yeah, so like they're like, oh yeah, we decided to give the actors all their free range, and then for some
What
reason,
is his accent?
I think
don't
it's
know.
like a Paul McCartney impression.
That was a Paul McCartney right there.
What
That
is
was
his
a,
Liverpool
Ringo. Yeah, so I don't understand what the hell. So it's like, oh yeah, we gave our actors free range to sing however they want, and then Russell Crowe just decided to sing wrong, despite knowing how to sing because he's a singist. Like, what?
I don't know if the
he's also in a
singist-
movie where he's like being shot in close up during musical numbers for some inexplicable cinematography.
I'll send you guys the video. There is a entire stew of reasons why that movie doesn't work.
Oh yeah,
Is it the Patrick
none of it
Mahomes
is
video? 'Cause I've seen that
none of
already.
it is Russell Crowe's fault. If anything, Hugh Jackman enabled more of the negative things going on in there.
Absolutely no. It's hot nonsense. But hear me out. Give Tom Hooper more films.
No,
I want to see more.
he will literally
classicals.
he will literally devolve into the Ube Bowl of musicals.
Yeah. Okay. I've been trying to get you to watch Postal for the last
Oh
month.
god damn it, I forgot he made that.
Yeah. You know what? I would respect Tom Hooper so much more if every time it's like, wow, Cats was bad, and Tom Hooper goes, yeah, fight me.
Cats wasn't just bad; it was like
Oh, it was painful.
every choice
I
they made.
almost
was
had
a
an
weird one.
aneurysm.
I have seen that movie 3 times, never sober. It is a treat every time.
Did you watch it with somebody who is an expert and lover of the musical Cats? Because I did, and that shed new light onto it for me, and how genuinely it just misses the mark in every way.
Well,
Very bold
wait,
of you to assume that the original Cats had like a point.
correct.
Oh, no.
Good. Whoa. So
I'm
who
not
did you
saying
see it
that,
with
but-
likes Cats?
A friend of mine.
Yeah, did you report them to the authorities after? Like, what happened here?
No, I accepted it. That's what it is.
Okay. To answer your question, the last time I saw Cats was with Aaron. He was also drunk, and I hit him every time he tried to leave. So,
Great.
Yeah, it went well.
Okay, well, I guess he won't be
I am-
joining
I
us
am
for this
always-
conversation.
I am always fascinated by your definition of the word well.
It's like I was saying earlier, the bar is just like cratered.
So, video games.
Video
Romulan.
games? Do we want to talk about the Switch thing first?
Well, let's just go in order. You have stuff here, right?
I've
Like the
stuff
Switch thing just broke. So it's not
Literally
like we're
just
missing
broke.
out.
Explain what the Switch thing is for
Yeah.
people who are like listening to this 6 months later.
Yeah, and
Or
we'll talk
for
about it
me-
at the end, so you have to listen all the way through.
Or-
Wink,
yeah.
wink, nudge, nudge.
For me,
What,
right
you want me to
now,
bury the
not
lead?
hear the news. What happened?
Oh
Okay,
yeah,
okay,
Michael
okay.
doesn't even know.
Okay, do you want to go through it, or do you want me to go through it?
I can do it. 'Cause I already read it.
Just
Color?
don't word for word read the Bloomberg article, because
No,
I don't
I'm just
want to
gonna-
get sued.
I'm just
I don't
gonna
want to
give
get
you-
sued by Bloomberg.
Oh,
No,
that's
I'm just gonna hit you.
Bloomberg.
Oh, are you kidding? I'm gonna fall asleep halfway if I tried reading it out loud because Bloomberg. I tweeted about this, but Miles hasn't seen it yet. I'm gonna dunk
The
on Michael
Michael
Bloomberg real
Pachter
quick,
thing?
buddy. No, I'm gonna do your favorite thing. I'm gonna dunk on Michael Bloomberg. No, so I hate reading Bloomberg articles. So this broke in Bloomberg, and I hate when gaming news breaks in Bloomberg. I hate that they hired Jason Schreier because reading Bloomberg, every other paragraph has to be some sort of like analysis on how the news, the thing that you're reading, is going to impact stocks, so that the ghouls who actually
Oh,
read
for fuck's
Bloomberg
sake.
don't like fall asleep or start asking where Michael went. Like, so,
Maybe
like, and you could like go read a Jason Schreier story on Kotaku, which there are reasons maybe you don't want to do that, but you know you could, and then compare it to a Bloomberg story about the same topic, and he's done a couple of them now, so you can actually do this, and you will see what I'm talking about. It is blatant, and it's just like, you know what, this makes this almost unreadable for me, a poor.
What happened to Jason Schreier on Kotaku? What?
He
Oh,
left
not him
Kotaku to write.
specifically.
He writes for Washington Post now, I believe.
No, he writes for Bloomberg.
Does he
He
write
writes
for Bloomberg? Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we were just establishing that.
I-
But what did he do?
Oh no, it's just Kotaku. There's a Me Too victim who's been asking Kotaku very aggressively to take an article down for over a year, and they just won't do it. And
Well, isn't
it
Kotaku's
taints
thing?
things.
Isn't Kotaku's thing that they never remove articles? That's their version of journalistic integrity.
Yeah, because they're like a Gawker offshoot. We could go into that forever.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm throwing that out there to protect my own integrity. But anyway,
Fair.
So what we're
I'm
saying
just saying,
is
like,
all
fine.
Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
No,
When you're reading
what I was trying to say,
Bloomberg,
though,
who
like,
boy is it
Bloomberg,
obvious?
Like, it's nothing against like Schreier's reporting specifically. It's that you can genuinely tell that the editorial structure is extremely different. Because even his stuff now has that little flourish, that little, oh, this is how this might impact the business,
Right?
And it's
they
like,
have,
oh yeah, that impacts me, like poor.
They
much.
clearly have a what do you call it?
Audience.
I was gonna say a rubric or a skeleton in place for all their pieces that they have to follow, but
Yeah,
I mean, for what it's worth, gamers are really invested in stocks now because of GameStop.
well,
Gee,
not
that's
even
on the
GameStop
moon.
anymore. It's Doge. They're going for Doge.
Oh,
So
no,
what
who
is the
cares?
Switch news now?
Okay,
Oh
Switch
yeah.
news.
Okay.
Sorry,
It's yet
so
another
Switch
Switch Pro revision thing.
The hook here is that it's credible.
Yeah.
It's
Define
credible.
credible, because the only sources of the claims I saw was people.
Well, so the guy reporting on it is basically somebody who actually does have Nintendo sources.
Okay.
He's usually the go-to guy for like the Wall Street Journal and stuff when Nintendo posts investor stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, I
And,
think even some Nintendo head said that, like, yeah, no, we're working on it.
No, they actually said the opposite.
Yeah. That's literally the Bloomberg piece.
they?
Literally explicitly says
Yeah.
that the president says we have no plans. Period.
Nintendo never admits stuff up front.
Yeah,
They would never announce a Switch Pro ahead of time. You know why? Because now, guess what? Then this news is broken. Switches are going to stop selling.
Yep.
Who's going to buy a Switch now? You know what I mean?
That was the whole point.
True.
Imagine if this broke like last October, they wouldn't have sold Switches for the holidays.
Well, it's broken multiple times. Just like I said, this is the most credible one. There's enough technical details here that aren't speculative. They are Nintendo-y.
Yeah, I
enough
was gonna
to
say.
line up like
Oh my god, it might be able to render 1080p video.
for
do you want to just talk about it, or do we want to do it at the end?
No, let's just talk about it. We're here.
Yeah,
Let me
We,
just
we
hit
are
the- let me
we
hit
are
the
literally
highlights.
at the post sign for it. We're talking about it, so let's just go.
All right,
for
let
it.
me hit the highlights on it.
Yeah.
I think you have it on the screen, Evan. So I'm just gonna hit the bullet points.
Yeah.
Short version. Samsung OLED displays. So if you have a Galaxy phone, you know what I'm talking about here. They're targeting 4K output when docked.
720p
Yeah.
screens on
Oh,
the unit.
Yeah, 720p
Okay.
can still. So
Ah,
the processor is probably going to be bumped just a bit. The battery life is probably going to be increased just because of they're basically using a smartphone screen at this point. That's the thing. The 4K and then it's 720p in the handheld. That's the Nintendo-y bit that makes this go. Okay, yeah,
4K. Why?
this might be, and if they're talking about ramping up production in June. So this sounds like it's a holiday thing.
If they could
But
get the chipsets, because there was just an earthquake recently, wasn't there?
Well, yeah, but the Switch's chipsets are not nearly as high of demand as the
they're like-
PS5 is.
they're like-
so,
they use Tegra chips, I think. It's basically
Yeah,
like
yeah.
a mobile processor.
yeah.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
so
no.
they want to make like $1 million a month, basically.
The fact that they're targeting 720 on screen and 4K docked is what leads me to go. If
I
this-
didn't say they'd be successful.
Oh no. I absolutely believe that somebody at Nintendo thought like, hey, that'd be neat. But yeah,
Well, I mean-
considering their track record of what the hell's a resolution, it's safe to say that or whatever. If they can pull off 4K, more power to them. Do I think
the
they're
dock-
going to?
The dock does a lot of work when it comes to upscaling anyway, so I'm assuming the upgrade is actually going to be there. It's not going to be in the hardware.
I mean, I
It's gonna be the
suppose,
dock.
but the dock does tiggity boo. They've broken it down. It literally plugging it in. All it does is that it unlocks the full frame cap on it like
Yeah.
untethers the GPU.
So maybe it's a
existing
more
dock.
complex upscaling dock.
Yeah. I'm guessing it's in the dock. That sounds like the most obvious way.
I mean, look, there's Sony Blu-ray players out there, or 4K Blu-ray players that take a Blu-ray disc and basically impressionistically mash your pixels and like recolorize them to put them on a 4K TV. So,
okay, so why not just release a new dock?
Because if you overclock a processor that's not at least
and also the Switch processor currently, as it stands, has one of its cores exclusively kept for the OS for the menu screen.
But since when has Nintendo cared about any of that? They just make stuff as a joke on occasion. Remember that time they made a Game Boy Advance the size of your thumbnail? Like,
hey, you know what? People really like the Game Boy Micro.
The Game Boy Micro, I almost bought one once. Yeah, those are
They're
great.
now very expensive.
So here's the thing about resolution and Nintendo and stuff, right? They're never successful when they try to make something with power. They're never successful.
When have they tried GameCube? Maybe
N64.
The GameCube was the last time.
Well,
that should tell you all I needed. That should tell you everything. The GameCube was the last time.
Sure.
So
literally, like when the Wii came out, they were like, we don't want anything to do with that. We're not doing an arms race.
Yeah.
And
so my hot
consistent
take
with
is,
that.
who is coming to Nintendo at this point in the year of our hell, 2021, and demanding 4K resolution from Nintendo? Who's asking for this besides like gamers who need to get their act together?
Like the thing with Nintendo is like they typically make like lower budget versions of their stuff, like the 2DS, that one weird Wii that could like
the
Canadian Wii. The Wii Mini or whatever that thing was
the
called.
Wii Mini, the thing they sold on Best Stuff like
the
$99.
top loader one.
Yeah.
They already have that for the Switch. They've got the Switch Lite or whatever.
But the difference is that's like the 2DS, like not the flip over good one like Ryan has, the cheese wedge doorstop 2DS. Like that's the equivalent.
Okay,
so
you're
removing
like
a core feature.
I actually like that model.
Right.
I'll give it to you. It's fine.
It feels like an old Game Boy Color. That's why.
Yeah. I get it.
But,
I get it.
Here's what I'm saying: if they're okay with removing the plop down non-portable aspect of the Lite, why not go the other way with the Pro? Just make it dock only. Like some sort of like a console or whatever.
Because that's not the point of the Switch. That's like the reason that the market on the Switch has been so good is because it's pulling both the home and the portable market people into one demographic.
Granted, I get what you're saying though.
Splitting them back up doesn't work.
Yeah.
Granted, I get what you're saying though, because I have mostly been keeping my Switch in the dock because one of my Joy-Cons has drift on it, and I've just bought a Pro controller, and you can only use a Pro controller docked. Which
you can use it. You just have to put
I have the USB one though.
It's so.
I don't care. I have a nice big TV. I'm fine with it.
I mean, I prefer it on the TV personally.
Here's the funny thing. If we can go to the part where I was, because I was literally gonna have us talk about the Switch's 4th anniversary, which is today, which happens to just also be the day that the evening that this broke. But I was
that would be why I believe this broke. By the way,
that's absolutely.
The reason I'm like this probably.
But I was gonna ask you guys, like, when they do a sequel to the Switch. I wrote in our notes, the Switch, hypothetical, the Switch U releases 3 years from now. What are its new features? The reason I said that is because of what Miles just said, right? Where it's like, oh, just do the thing where it's exclusively docked or whatever.
Yeah,
I could see a future version of a Switch where you can have the portable and you have like the PlayStation TV, like a box. Like the Wii U looked like just an external hard drive, and it's just a wireless push.
So here's what I want from the next version of Switch. Should Nintendo even make another console, which I'm not entirely sure they will.
Which is not necessarily this.
I had the opposite feeling where they could just end up iterating on the Switch like an iPhone. Actually,
so what I want them to do if they make another console is I want them to port over your purchases from the Switch to this one. I'm kind of getting tired of having to buy, like, say, Dead Cells or Shovel Knight for 3 different consoles. And why don't you
yep.
just make one $20 purchase? You bought it on the Switch. You can go to this next one, like a backwards compatibility for digital games.
That's been my fear, and I was really on board with I'm gonna get this for Switch. I'm gonna get that for Switch at the beginning of the life cycle. And as we slowly inch closer to the end of the Switch's life cycle, I'm worried about what's gonna happen to those games.
Is it the end? Like we're like
no, we're close.
No, it's just a fear he has.
Yeah, I'm saying my brain is processing like when we get there, what's gonna happen to these games?
Yeah,
the Switch is one of the biggest successes in Nintendo's entire history.
They used to have a great track record with backwards compatibility. The Wii was great because you could play GameCube games.
Yeah. I mean, so the problem is that the medium they use is different now. They've gone back to cartridge, which, admittedly, I think is a great push. Because
I've bought one Switch cartridge the entire time I've owned the Switch.
Yeah, I think just about every non-indie game I've bought on Switch has been on cartridge. Because I can hand them to Evan and go, "Hey, play Yakuza 0."
Could you imagine Yakuza 0 on a Switch cartridge?
I'm waiting for it because I'm going to send it to you. And yeah, whatever. They're fun. They're handy. They remind me of when things were better.
They taste bad
again.
Yeah, I actually
they load fast.
They do load fast.
Terrible.
They do load fast.
If there is a physical version of a game on Switch, I will buy it. In fact, there are times where I will wait.
Remember how mad I got when I bought Hades and then we watched the Nintendo Direct and I was like, why didn't I wait?
We talked about it and I said, I'm going to wait because you heard it here first. It's coming out in physical. It'll probably be like a limited run games thing or something because they've done that before. It's going to happen.
Yep.
And then they one-upped me. They galaxy brained me and just went for it. And I'm like, sweet. Now I can buy Hades for Switch. And I will always have Hades.
It's a great game.
Until Switch 2, where everything's digital, or they go to some sort of I don't know, floppy disk system.
What if they don't do cartridge support? Or what if they do another cartridge and don't support the Switch cartridges?
If it's got the Switch name on it, it's gonna support the Switch shit. That's
like
my idea.
That makes sense.
Right, the DS, the Game Boy,
There's a reason the 3DS is just like the best modern Nintendo console.
Oh, sure, because it can play any of their stuff back to 2004.
Yeah,
that's portable.
And their virtual console is at least serviceable,
competent. Yeah, so
it's not great. Oh boy, can we talk about that too?
The virtual console.
My biggest problem with the Switch.
Share the beef.
So, all right, so. I am the site retro game guy, and I am just puzzled every month by the one small selection of games that they put on the Switch Online, and two, the picks that they make. Like last month, they put out Doomsday Warrior for the SNES. They put out Prehistoric Man. They put out Fire and Ice, which is Solomon's Key 2. And they put out Psycho Dream, which is this action game that was never released in America, which at least that's kind of interesting. But like, I don't know if anybody is going to, be excited to see Prehistoric Man by Titus on the Switch Online instead of like Earthbound or something people actually want to play.
That's the thing. Every time they release, it's like, hey, new games coming to the SNES on Switch, and just everybody's like, huh? Yeah, what's it gonna be this time? Mario Picross and are you a bad enough dude to save the president's daughter? And then you just
I actually think both of those are good.
Oh yeah,
I like
it's
Picross.
fine, but
Picross was one of my favorite DS games.
Okay, but the one person who likes Mario Picross out there just went, yay. And then the thousands of people who love Mother, just the soul escapes further.
Like, if they are saving it for putting out the 3 games as a trilogy for however much, that would make sense. But what are they doing with Earthbound?
Earthbound
begins. I have my Switch right here. I'm gonna open the SNES app,
Oh, no.
and I'm gonna see how long because it reveals the games as they add them, and like they have a little flourish. So I'm gonna use that to mark right now the last time I opened this thing.
Which was when?
Been a minute.
We're gonna find out
Oh.
based on which games get revealed.
Like,
So
I
first
played
Because
them
I
kinda
open it every once in a while to like tinker around.
I literally cool. I have to actually download a software patch.
Oh.
That's how long it's been.
Well then.
You didn't
So
even used to
here's-
play like Mario World or anything?
I haven't opened it in a while. I mean, I've literally been playing Pokemon Blue for the past 2 months.
Yes, you
Yeah.
have.
Good lord.
Yeah, you sunk a lot of time into that.
So here's the thing. Like, has anybody so I have the Switch SNES official licensed controller because
That's
whatever.
the best
I have
video
some
game
sort of
controller ever made, so I get ya.
yeah. No,
it's
but
dope. I also
have
grabbed one.
some sort of terminal brain issue, but what like has anybody finished a game on the SNES?
I beat Super Mario World in like what 16 levels is the least you can beat that game in. That's pretty much all I did.
Unless you're speed running, yeah.
My buddy bought one, not even for these. They bought it for okay. I haven't opened this since the Super Mario Bros 35th anniversary direct.
Oh,
Wow.
Because I have the little notification of All Stars being added.
Like 6 months.
oh
Almost.
yeah. Rest in peace, Mario V100 Battle Royale in like a week or whatever.
Oh yeah, right. That's supposed to happen too. Like, what the heck?
No,
Whatever.
that's
oh
so
yeah, I have
that's
to buy
what it
the
is.
Super Mario 64 thing. Do I really
Going
wanna
on
spend $60 on
Nintendo's-
those?
Going on Nintendo's current systems and the way they've been rolling stuff out, the Switch Pro is going to be a limited time release. It will.
I don't know
you
what they're
have-
doing with the Mario 3D Ultras. Are they like going to? There's no way that they're not going to like keep Mario 64 on sale. My guess is that they're going to make those games available separately, and they're going to be cost a lot more as 3 separate purchases than they are as the one purchase for $60. That's just my guess.
That's
So
gotta go
most-
against like some anti-consumer laws.
Yeah,
though.
yeah.
most
So Miles, I
people-
think you famously said like a few months ago, no, they don't care. New game good, bad game bad.
Yeah.
No, so my
Old game
theory is they do nothing.
Yeah.
They just
They're
keep
going
it up.
to
I-
April 1st is going to roll over, and they're going to go, you know what?
Haha,
We
April
changed
Fool.
our mind. Because they've done this before. Do you guys know about Jump Rope Challenge?
No.
Oh,
Jump
Why would I know about?
Of
a game
course.
What the heck is that?
the famous Nintendo jump
The-
rope challenge.
the
What was
classic
this?
Nintendo game.
1980?
No, Jump Rope Challenge is a piece of Switch software that was developed during quarantine by some of internal Nintendo developers who were just bored and needed something to do. So they
When
coded
was
up
this?
a little. This was at the beginning of quarantine. And
So between 2 and 5 years ago.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
so they coded up a little game, and it's pretty straightforward. It uses the Joy-Con. You hold one in each hand, and you simulate jumping rope. That's the game.
Okay. So it's just
And
a
it has-
reject 1-2 Switch game?
More, it was just a little coding experiment. It was never intended to be released.
Okay. fine.
But Nintendo management actually thought it was kind of cute, so they mocked up some player characters for it, polished up a little bit, and they released it for free just to give people something to do. And side note, Ring Fit Adventure is very profitable, as Evan will always remind
Hell
us.
yeah, it
So
is.
it makes sense as a goodwill gesture to maybe get people to consider buying Ring Fit Adventure with a free jump rope game. Anyway,
But not nearly as profitable as our perennial game of the year, Animal Crossing Pocket Camp.
that's true. And shout out to
Alex.
Anyway,
Oh, rest in
Um,
peace.
rest in peace.
He's
Anyway,
alive.
What?
Rest in peace.
Oh, he got better.
But Travis,
better.
I'm told that
Anyway.
your Ring Fit Adventure is collecting dust.
So
Yeah,
what's the
because
deal
I'm
with
a
this
piece of
jump rope
garbage.
game?
People's are right there
I'm a
next to
piece
your Labo.
I'm a piece of garbage.
So what's the deal with this jump rope game?
So the Jump Rope Challenge, they released it for free on the eShop, and they said you could. We're gonna leave it up for 6 months. It's free. We just did it, because quarantine. You'll probably be done by quarantine after 6 months. That was kind of their thought process. And tons of people
Summer
downloaded
child.
it. Tons of people downloaded it.
Oh,
And
wow.
And so when it came time for it to be taken off the eShop, they just didn't. They just went.
They just let it lapse and just kept it there.
So
Yeah,
here's the
and
thing.
they're just like, "Hey, surprise, enjoy."
Yeah, enjoy
So-
free thing. So alternatively, and hear me out, they haven't noticed yet. And because we have said
Probably
it out
not.
loud,
No,
or
they
even
tweeted it.
thought, I don't know.
They tweeted that they're like, "No, people like it. We're not going to take it down."
The Nintendo I know will be sending out copyright robots to our houses as we speak for saying a licensed jump rope Nintendo game name.
Well, I mean, it's so if they're going to do that for the free thing, then they're going to do it for the thing that costs $60.
That
You'd
contains
think.
one of the best games they've ever made.
But
Yeah, Mario Sunshine.
Don't get me
but,
freaking started on
but
that.
like,
Okay.
but let me tell you, you know what happened during that little direct? I didn't fire up the SNES app to play Super Mario All Stars, even though I should have. Super Mario All Stars is rad.
Wait, is it already gone?
No, it's
No.
it's.
Are you
it's
talking
just
about the SNES one?
Yeah, because
the
that was
reskin?
the last time I. That was the one that I.
Yeah, that
reskin
game was
one.
really good.
They
really
futzed
good.
with the
I feel like a lot of
physics,
games-
and that's why
I didn't rush to open that up in the Nintendo Switch app. I rushed to bestbuy.com/video game, and
sponsor us.
And I immediately locked down a pre-order on that freaking 3D All-Stars game because they said it's going to be a limited release. And my brain went, before they even said they were going to take it down, my brain went, they're going to send like 3 to every store.
Yeah, I mean,
And so I didn't, I literally the direct was not even over. I was watching it like immediately after it went up, and it wasn't even over for me. And I got out of the video and I started looking. I was like,
And
nope.
now in March 2021, I can go to my my local Walmart down the street, and they have like 5 or 6 copies of that.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
so
no doubt.
that tells me they're not going to take it down.
Oh, that tells me that Nintendo's insane marketing plan has succeeded. And now
Exactly.
you rush out immediately because we don't know whether Miyamoto feels like playing Russian roulette
Like-
on this one.
I love Nintendo
Exactly.
because they are like the biggest company in the world that just makes video games and that's it.
That
But,
operates their
like-
company like, whatever.
Like a toy company, yeah. Which they were in the 1950s and 60s. They were a
And
toy company.
still run
Which
like
they
to be
effectively
they
honest.
still
are,
make
yeah.
those cards.
They still make those cards. Hey, who wanted Splatoon 3? Eh?
People love
Eh?
Splatoon, dude.
Me?
Oh yeah,
People love
I
Splatoon.
I enjoy Splatoon. You know what I've heard people going, hey, I wish there was another Splatoon. Not that many compared to, please, God, just give me an F-Zero. What do you want from me?
Oh my god.
I don't
More
know.
people-
I
more
don't know
people play
anybody who
Splatoon
wants a new
2.
F-Zero aside
More
from
people
me.
I
play
do.
Splatoon 2 than want
I-
an F-Zero.
Okay, fine. Hey, Nintendo, how's Metroid 4 going?
Stop! You're
How
killing
is that-
me.
how
You
is
know all
that
of my
happening?
alerts are Metroid themed.
Can I?
Yeah, probably.
Can
You're
I just
killing
break
me.
everyone's hearts? I've already broken Evan inside. so I'm
Yeah,
gonna break everyone
yeah.
else's
That's
hearts.
okay though.
Evan said a
What?
Google alert for Metroid
What is
Prime
it?
4, and
Retro,
In, like,
Retro is
2009.
in Austin, Texas.
Yeah, we had this
That game
conversation.
isn't
Oh
coming
God! Oh no, I forgot
Oh,
about
yeah.
that.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
If
yeah.
that game you know what my dream, my prediction for the next model of the Switch is? Metroid Prime 4 will finally come out on it because it's not coming out on this one.
Launch title for the next Switch, yeah.
It's not coming out on
No,
this one. I'm
launch
sorry.
title for
they
the
had
next-
to cancel it. They had to restart it, and it's in Texas.
The last time, my money's on the launch game for Switch 2 is probably gonna be Breath of the Wild 2 at the rate they're going. Oh, my
no,
God!
with Breath of the Wild 2, it's pretty obvious they just announced it early because they always announce the Zelda games early because that's what the gamers want.
But so here's
So-
the thing: Metroid, they showed a logo. Zelda, they showed a cutscene. Like, you can't.
They always do
Dude.
this. Miles, they did this on the Wii. They did this with the 2004 Twilight Princess thing.
Project Hammer.
Oh my god, do you remember Project Hammer? There were so many Wii launch titles that never came out, and Metroid Prime 3 was supposed to be one of those launch titles, and thankfully it came out. It was delayed, but it came out. But
and let me be clear, delaying a game is not bad.
It's fine.
I make fun of like people being really like, oh, we'll see Metroid Prime 4. I'm like, no, reality exists.
We will see a Super Metroid remake before we see Metroid Prime 4, if that were to ever happen.
Yeah, because it won't be developed in Texas, where
and the 30-year anniversary will be soon.
So here's the thing. That is a Miyamoto quote of what's it? A rushed game is never.
There's no way he ever actually said that.
They always attribute the quote to him is that a rushed game can never have the chance to be good, but a delayed game can be good someday. I don't know. The important point is that I appreciate Nintendo taking their time.
A rushed game is forever bad?
I don't know.
Oh no! Wait!
Giggle.
Oh no, Samus.
Well, so that's
knowing that they delayed it, so it
other
could be the
big,
best
like
game.
Nintendo thing this week was that Pokemon Direct.
Yeah.
Indeed,
that was.
I didn't even watch it. I was doing something else. I don't remember.
I got up. I watched
right
WandaVision, and immediately after opened up YouTube.
Yeah.
I was like,
there was that, and then there was the Post Malone singing Hootie and the Blowfish while Pokemon dropped behind him.
I haven't seen that yet. I still don't believe that it's real.
Yes. I also don't believe that it's real, and I watched it happen live with my roommate while we both went, wait, did he just say I did it for the sex, though?
Yeah, that's
in a
Circle.
Pokemon
like one of the biggest hits of all time. I do not.
And then they censored him for congratulations.
Wait,
we sang congratulations too?
Yeah, he did congratulations. That was the last song, and half the song is censored. And I'm like, oh, let the man swear. You already let him talk about sex.
No, like I was expecting
the
Post Malone cover of that Hootie and the Blowfish song to have more Pokemon references. Maybe like a Pokemon reference where say the Dolphins, or get rid of that whole verse that's just stolen from Idiot Win by Bob Dylan. No, he just changed Dolphins to Cowboys, and that was it.
No, it samples it samples Ecruteak City.
Oh, word. But
so,
lyrically,
I listened to it when I listened to it, because that first actual proper set of notes is it's literally Ecruteak City from the OG Gold and Silver, and it set something off in my brain. Like, I knew what it was before I knew what it was, because I've heard it so much in my life that for a second I choked up listening to this stupid thing.
Travis,
I was like, why am I reacting
Malone was
to
born
this?
in 1995, so
is that why We Live in a
makes sense.
Pokemon World was trending again?
Yeah.
Yes.
Travis, that thing it set off in your brain is called an aneurysm, my friend.
No, it was nostalgia. It was genuine nostalgia.
It was the nostalgia drug.
I immediately double checked. I was like, why is this familiar? Oh my god, it's Ecruteak City, isn't it? And I googled Ecruteak City just to double check, and it's exactly the same.
So
now I'm obligated to love this forever.
Here's my follow-up question. Who the hell is Post Malone? Like,
okay, so
you know that Sunflower song from Spider-Verse?
What?
Yeah.
He was a rapper, and now he's like a Phil Collins adult contemporary folk singer. Which
Weird,
actually
huh?
he's actually made better
nostalgia
music.
is an aneurysm. Yeah, it is.
I think he's pretty good, honestly.
He actually makes better music, but like as an adult contemporary singer than he does as a rapper. It's weird.
Yeah,
I love
tattoos.
Circle. That's a great song.
So he's like the new
Oh my god, I'm so old. I have no idea what any of you people are talking about.
He's the new Craig David.
What?
I don't know.
He's like the new Phil Collins.
The hell is contemporary folk? What is happening? I used to be with it, but then they changed what it was. And now what I'm with isn't it anymore. And what they say is it is weird and scary to me.
Like 80 years old? Like
The folk has existed for years.
And it'll happen to you. No, I know what folk is. What the hell's contemporary
I was
folk?
I was referring
Modern
to two
folk?
different genres. I was referring to adult contemporary, soft rock. He's a soft rock singer.
Oh God, he sings elevator music. Okay,
Yeah.
Yeah,
You got
basically.
it. You got it.
but with face tattoos, like what?
He used to be a rapper.
So funny
Yeah.
story. He lives here where I am.
Really?
Yeah.
In the internet?
No, no, in Utah, in Salt Lake. Well,
Ah.
he lives in the rich part of Utah, but he comes down into the valley to visit a specific chicken shop that's like 15 minutes away from where I live.
Yep, got it. No, still money. All right.
So,
Yes.
with
I'm like, I gotta see if he's got good taste.
with the Pokemon 25th anniversary, I have one like. How old were you when Pokemon Red and Blue came out? And like, what was your first memory of it? Because I was like 8 or 9, 7, 8, 9 when it came out in America.
I was born in 91, so I was 4 or 5.
89. Yeah.
Yeah. I was born in 91, but my exposure to it was an episode of the cartoon.
Yeah, I think the cartoon hit first here.
I'm pretty sure I saw the cartoon first, then the video game, then the card game.
The way that I associate with it for me in my mind is a lot like Transformers.
Really?
Uh-huh.
So Transformers launched the cartoon first to make you really want the toys.
Oh,
And
yeah.
Pokemon has very much the same effect, at least on me.
So I haven't watched the anime in a while, but I heard the Sun and Moon arc is the best the show has
Excellent.
ever been.
Excellent.
Really?
It is excellent because they finally throw caution to the wind, and they stop following.
Brought
the
in Post
style.
Malone.
Well, they threw out the style guide, so it was allowed to like actually
get
be kind of
weird.
wacky with it. Yeah, be weird. Sometimes it's a really, really like they have a whole thing where Ash learns about death.
Interesting.
Ash, a child who has died before, but
Repeatedly.
multiple times, in
You
fact.
mean besides the first movie?
Yeah. Oh yeah,
Wow.
he dies in the anime.
Yeah.
But no, they do this whole episode where like a Pokemon like effing dies, and like it's a whole episode and a whole episode and a half about grief. And then 2 episodes later,
But what
they
is-
have a wacky cook-off.
But what is
The
grief?
animation is.
But what is grief if not living in a Pokemon world?
I hate you.
I like that line, by the way.
Travis, I have an emergency message from your wife. Please play Ring Fit.
Oh yeah, she's
Yes.
losing it right now.
Yeah.
I see
Um,
it. I see it.
So yeah, Pokemon's cool.
What do
I
you
played it as a child. But hey, let me tell y'all kids about Robopon. That's where
Is
it
that
was
like
at.
GoBots? What is that?
What?
Yeah,
No, Robopon was like its own thing. I know what you're
Robopon
talking
was
about.
very much its own thing, and for some reason in my elementary school, that shit was the hottest game. For
When?
no reason. I was born in '92. Do that math. Yeah. There were like 6 kids in my entire week. Okay, me and Evan come from Cape Cod.
Coast
where,
City.
Yeah. So it's like my graduating class in high school was like under 100 people. There
Yeah,
weren't
same.
a lot. So yeah, out of the 20 kids in my class, maybe 6 of them had Game Boys. And I distinctly remember R-Type. I remember Robopon. There was a GBA Metabots game that was super sick. There was an Animorphs game.
There
on
was
the
an
Game
Animorphs
Boy.
game.
Like,
Yep.
Sure.
I remember the time my uncle got me a birthday present as a literal. Oh Christ! I gotta get the kids something. Hey, gas station clerk, what video game do you have that would be good for an 11-year-old? Yep, yeah, that'll do. Hey kid, here you go. Fucking Nobunaga's Revenge for Game Boy Color.
What?
As an 11-year-old, enjoy harvesting the wheat and putting down peasant rebellion.
There's almost no way that was a legitimate copy of that game, was it?
At a gas station?
I assume it was at a gas station because every gift I ever received from that man was from a gas station. Do you remember the Hess truck?
Yes, the Hess truck is
the
here.
Hess truck's back, and I got one of those every year for a decade, and that was like, yep, that's it. The kid likes trucks, right? I'm like 18. Whatever.
For me, it was the Chevron cars. You know have you guys seen the Chevron cars?
No.
So imagine if the cars from Cars had eyebrows.
Oh, that sounds scary.
So
like
are
actual
cars?
fuzzy eyebrows,
Google
or
the
like
Chevron.
painted on eyebrows.
Google the Chevron cars.
Let me see.
so-
God, I was kidding. It is actually Nobunaga's ambition. I totally remember this cover.
So my big memory of Pokemon isn't with this first generation, it's with the second generation, because I don't know what I did to do it, but I got my parents to buy me Pokemon Silver the day it came out from like the KB Toys in my town. And this is back before, a big game being released was a huge event, and you could actually walk into the store and go, hey, I want the biggest media thing that's being released this week, and they're like, sure, we have 100 copies of it. So it cost, I think, like $30, maybe $40 in 1999 2000 money. So but I just remember this, I can't for the life of me figure out what I did to get my parents to buy this game in August when my birthday's in December. Like, what did I do to deserve a new video game in like August of 2000?
Can I tell you my favorite, most cursed childhood memory
Cursed, go right on ahead.
of getting a video game? Oh my god. I remember I read something. I think it was in like Nintendo Power, which, looking back on it, a Nintendo magazine about Nintendo games written by Nintendo staff, I feel like that might have been a little nepotistic, but
Yeah, but it was fun.
yeah, it's fine. Those are probably objective reviews. I saw a really cool thing about some game that's coming out called Advance Wars.
Mhm.
And I remember I was super stoked because it was coming out soon, and I'm like, yeah, all right. I'm not gonna get it the day it comes out, but I'm gonna get it that weekend. I'm like, this is gonna be sick. And I remember because I went to my grandparents' house, and I was like, hey, can we go to the Kmart and get it? And they're like, yeah, like cool. And we went to the Kmart, and I got Advance Wars, and I was super stoked. And everybody looked really sad, and I don't know why.
Yeah.
And looking back on it, I'm like, why was everybody so weird about that? That was a weird day. Hey, let me pull up the release date of Advance Wars. September 11th,
God damn it.
2001.
What? No way.
Yeah, I remember that. So, all right, so
Fucking cursed.
So it was supposed
Wow.
to be a launch game for the GBA, and then it got like held back for a couple months. But yeah, it launched on September 11th.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah. The only other thing I remember from that time period, I think that same week was the week that System of a Down released Toxicity, or it was like the number one album the week it came out. Yeah.
Oof.
So I shared my last cursed story on the previous recording.
I can't
you can
see
share
the
it again
chat,
for
but I
Ryan.
assume one of you bastards has called me a boomer by now.
No, it's
no, not yet.
Good. Give it time.
but I want to tell my Pokemon, my favorite little Pokemon like retro story, because I'm a piece of garbage and I like reminding people of that. So I didn't play Red and Blue first. I played it like vicariously through other people who had Game Boys. And I got cards from people. Maybe every once in a while I'd go to an event that would there was like a grocery store opening that gave us like booster packs of Fossil. Looking back, if I could time travel, I'd slap myself for opening them. But I wasn't able to buy a lot of Pokemon things. But I like the show had me hooked. The little bit of gameplay I got with people that had me hooked. I was instantly in love with this thing, and so I really wanted a Game Boy. But I have siblings, so like, and they were close enough in age to me where it's like my mom just literally couldn't buy one person their own personal handheld console and not expect all hell to break loose in the household. And she's like, I can't afford to buy 3 of those.
Oh, yeah, okay.
So there was this whole conflict, and she was always straight with us about like finances and stuff, to a certain degree, whatever we could understand. And that was it. It was a hard. I literally cannot afford to keep you in a house and buy 3 of those, and you're all gonna kill each other otherwise. So no was basically the answer to that. But I was a child, a petulant child, and I was just constantly about it. I was like, this is what I want, this is what I want, this is what I want, this is what I want. And so she finally called in a favor to a neighbor, and got into a Costco, used their Costco membership to get in, and what she got was a Nintendo 64 bundle that was exclusive to Costco.
Nice.
Just a regular model.
Okay.
Nintendo 64.
Okay.
Just full console and everything. And it came bundled with Pokemon Snap.
Okay.
And she's like, this will be fine. It's
nice.
A Pokemon game. Like parents are. But at least she knows what a Pokemon is, so she didn't go buy me Robopon or something. She's like, it's a console. They can all play it. It has a Pokemon on it.
You know what? I resent that remark. I'm starting to download Robopon right now. We're gonna see how well this shit holds up.
Snap, huh?
So Snap. And so I unwrapped that stuff on Christmas. She was so looking forward to it, like managing to like just nail this as a parent, right? And I was a little piece of crap about it. I was like, this isn't.
That's
Red.
a great game, by the way.
Well, so here's the thing. I was a little craphead about it for like half the day through, like, this was a Christmas present. I was a little craphead. I didn't deserve it. And then, like, when I finally was like, well, I'll at least see what this is about, I couldn't even connect it to my TV. I needed an AV adapter. That's how. Just to give you perspective.
Oh, was it one of those like with the coax cable in the back?
Y splitter cable for the component cables. Yeah. So so I had to wait like a whole it was like a coax thing. So I had to wait like a whole weekend just stewing in my own, piss baby mentality, just kind of being a little brat to my freaking mom, who just wanted to win. And then we finally got the console going. And Pokemon Snap rules.
That game
it's great.
rules.
Pokemon Snap, absolute. I have ever since just always wanted more Pokemon Snap. I had just given up hope when they announced this new one.
We're getting one. Yeah, I know.
And
on Miles' birthday, we're getting it.
And I felt like, and in that moment, I learned an extremely like big lesson about like video games, about like this franchise. Like Pokemon can be anything. Just like Mario can be anything.
Why doesn't it do that more is why I'm so upset.
Did you ever go to Blockbuster to print out the stickers?
No, because my mom couldn't do Blockbuster because you had to put like a credit card on file. And not to get to, she's a private person, so I don't want to get too into it, but she didn't have a credit card to put on file. So going to Blockbuster was kind of a no-go. But I adored this game, and I played the crap out of it. Like, it was the primary thing I used my Nintendo 64 for, even, like, years later. And so I've always, like, I'm kind of thinking with this new one, just as, like, a joke, buying a Switch Lite for my mother and buying the new Pokemon Snap game. And letting her do it back to me.
That's so funny. Yeah, you should do that.
Just God damn it, Travis! Way to make that actually heartfelt, you bastard.
I really did. Like, I had like it was definitely a learning moment.
I'm being told that you did work at Blockbuster at the end of its life cycle.
Yeah, and then I went on to work at Blockbuster.
Hey,
that's funny.
Was my cosmic balancing for being a little turd.
So, you had to go back and play Pokemon Blue to do this. I have not played the original Pokemon Generation 1 in a while. The last time I played those games was
probably Fire Red, Leaf Green, which I revisit from time to time.
I never even played those. I played Yellow on a neighbor's Game Boy, and he ripped it back from me pretty quick because I accidentally deleted his save because I didn't know what I was doing.
I had Yellow, and then I bought Blue later. But my whole thing is, what was it like to go back and like play those games again now in 2021?
Well, so and like if you read the piece, you take away from it.
Aged like a fine milk.
A lot of the core structure of like what a Pokemon game is always been there. And I've been very open about the fact that I am an extremely easy lay for these games. Very specifically, like I absolutely grade these on a curve. It's just true. Like it's comfort food for me, you know. It's probably junk food, but it is comfort food. So like even playing the old ones, there's that little sense of just like this is exactly where I want to be. I'm in a comfy chair right now, and I'm just chilling out. And the thing that I found though was that I was absolutely playing this game differently than I would have as a child, because just like anybody else, you can bang out a playthrough of Pokemon in a day. Most people of like the original ones, you can bang those suckers out in a day.
Well, it's a handheld.
It's a handheld, but I've played so many games and so many Pokemon games between that, getting that, which I eventually did, by the way, and now that I started playing Blue like it was like Sun and Moon or like it was Sword and Shield, where I had always had kind of a mental thing about trying to keep my Pokemon certain levels together just to like have a more rounded out team.
Oh, like OCD, like keeping them balanced?
A little bit. Yeah, a little bit.
Okay.
But this time I was legitimately just wasting time doing it. Because like I have the whole game memorized. I know what the gym leaders are using. I know what to line up. Like the game is structured in such a way that if you are properly following like the exploration path that it's set out for you, you're gonna get the pieces that you need to finish the game. And I could just do that, but no, I'm thinking around trying to like get my Clefairy to learn Metronome so I can evolve it. I've never even used Clefairy before. I like dinked around in Mount Moon for an hour just to catch a Clefairy, so I could use it on this playthrough, because I just have never used Clefairy on a playthrough before. And I was just like, what am I doing? Why am I playing it this way? And like even like mechanically, like I'm using more status moves than I used to use. Like I had Twitter pick my starter, and of course they picked Bulbasaur because they hate me.
How did that happen?
The best one.
And spoiler alert, Bulbasaur's easy mode, but you have to use status effects
because it's the best one.
Which the game, you know, pretty much wants to beat into you anyway. That's why Viridian Forest is like the first dungeon area you go into. It really wants you to know about status effects. But yeah, I mean, like I had a Clefairy, so I was using Sing. I kept Butterfree in my parties because it has the powders. So like half of my team are status sweepers instead of just like, here's strong Pokemon, do Mega Punch. Even though literally just like getting Blastoise and teaching it Mega Punch is the easiest way to beat that game.
Like the big takeaway from when I was a kid playing Yellow, out of that generation is what I had, was how big that game felt. Even though I'd played like Link to the Past and all that before, it's a pretty big game for a Game Boy game, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and Gold and Silver in particular
those were the Gold was the one that was my Pokemon game. Even to this day, that's the one that I played.
Yeah,
one of my top 5 favorite
miracles.
games. One of my top 5 favorite games of all time is Heart Gold, Soul Silver.
I wish I got in on Heart Gold, Soul Silver when those launched, because it is impossible to get them now.
Extremely hard to find. Yeah.
I actually took I've now expressed my extreme love for this and simping for this series, but I said the word. I'm sorry. Don't ban it. I said the word.
Oh no!
I said shrimp. I said shrimp.
Shrimping.
But
that's a different thing.
Cut this part out. Anyway, no. I actually took a break after Gen 3 because of very much the same reason I told you that story. I finally got Game Boys in my household. And a part of why I was finally able to get Game Boys in my household is the Game Boy Advanced had been announced. So used Game Boys were cheaper. So I got the Game Boy Color. It was the traditional purple one, you know, the really good one. Played the crap out of Red. gold, silver, everything. And then months later, the Game Boy Advance hit, and then shortly after that, Ruby and Sapphire got announced. And you can't, without taking your cartridge apart, port Pokemon into Ruby and Sapphire.
Yeah, that's why I skipped that generation. That's why. Yeah.
So that made me mad, and then I actually did play a little bit of Ruby and Sapphire off of a friend's Game Boy Advance, and I still hold this tenet to this day. They're the worst ones.
Ruby Sapphire.
Yeah.
Ruby Sapphire, like they're the worst. They
wasn't
establish a lot of.
Wasn't the Ruby Sapphire like the land shape was different because one of them it was like flooded out and the other was like more like
that was
terrain.
The goal. That was
okay.
The goal.
Okay.
The main thing about Ruby and Sapphire is they were kind of experimental, but the experimentation that they were doing was either very, very weird or exasperated some of the worst tendencies of the franchise.
Was that the one that had the secret houses?
Secret Base.
The bunkers,
Secret Base
right?
was one of the
the basics. Yeah,
that was the best generation. I
just said it's the worst one, and he's like, it's the best one.
No, hear me out. I don't give a shit about the Pokemon. You can take the Pokemon out the game. I liked making the base. I liked planting the berries. I liked going back and picking the berries and then planting more berries and then dressing up my base. The hell's a Pokemon? I was basically just playing Harvest Moon before I knew what that was.
You just want to play Animal Crossing.
Yeah, but with like
isn't there a new Harvest
fighting.
Moon?
There are two different series now with
Harvest Moon timelines.
So
there's the Canon 1 timeline, and then there's the...
Why?
From what I remember, so the what was Harvest Moon is now called Story of Seasons, and then there's another separate one that's now called Harvest Moon. Very strange. I don't really get it.
That's called the Oracle of Ages, and it's
and now there's just Stardew Valley, and you could just play that.
Anyway, the point is that Pokemon is bad now. It wasn't great before, and then before then you were too young to remember what good things were. Play Digimon. Digimon has always been bad, but at least it's different every time.
So I hate that one. I wrote like 2,000 words about how much I love those games. But
Digimon, they're great.
No.
Did you play Digimon World? No one did.
Hey, so one, yes, I have. And two, let me give you the punchline to that joke. I wrote 2,000 words about Pokemon, how much I love it and everything. And then this weekend, because Amazon had a deal, I bought Digimon Cyber Sleuth Complete Edition on Switch, and that's like the next thing I want to play.
It's really good.
Like I have the original Cyber Sleuth. I've played Cyber Sleuth, not Hacker's Memory. But I have it on Switch now, so I can play it whenever I want. So I'm gonna do that. So like you said that, and I was just like, oh god.
Please be excited for
that game on my PS Vita.
Hi,
this is Aaron. He has bad opinions. He likes the Vita.
Welcome, Aaron, Mr. Bad Opinion.
So here's the thing.
He's fine.
Cyber Sleuth on my PlayStation Vita. Vita means life, you know.
Yeah, too bad Sony didn't know that.
Yeah, Aaron has brain worms. So here's the thing. They're making a Digimon murder mystery that is rated M that has dead children in it.
Yeah,
and then
I can't wait for it to actually come out.
Yeah, but then I look over at this $98 billion franchise, what with the electric rat, and it's like, hey, maybe we're gonna make one of our games different. And then the entire internet goes, and I just like
that's what the internet sounds like. Is that your dial-up sound?
It's not wrong.
I just
would say that sounds about right.
So here's the thing: every single Pokemon game, the mainline series is like, okay, yeah, do I catch the rat? Sure. Do I make the other rat beat the rat to death? Yep. Awesome. Meanwhile, all of the Pokemon side stuff, bangers. Mystery Dungeon, bangers. Pokemon Puzzle League. Who the hell even needs Tetris?
Puzzle League
Get
was
that
great.
out of there. Pokemon Snap. Awesome.
Pokemon Traze.
Don't even know what that is.
You know
Probably great. Pokemon Conquest. What? Fire Emblem. What are you, dumb? No. Pokemon Conquest. Like all of the side projects have been great.
That's
And
why
then-
I'm so excited for that Arceus game, because that looks really good.
They said action RPG. He's got a combat dodge. I'm in. I want to bare knuckle box Pokemon because like they haven't invented the ball yet. So the way that you capture them is by doing sick combos.
Well,
Like,
they do have a ball in the game though.
I know.
And it's not
No.
unicorns either.
They've shown the
No, it's
ball.
like wood.
But like, I just want more. Like, give me. You know what? Give me Pokken 2.
Sure.
Like,
I can't
Hey,
wait till
Harada said he'd make it if they let him.
Is Harada the new one
Harada's
that Twitter was
totally
thirsting
down for
over?
Pokken.
No,
Oh.
Harada is the
Harada
director of
is my
Tekken, and he
beautiful
did
boy
Pokken.
who
Okay.
directs Tekken.
Can you not hear us,
is
Aaron?
actually currently. I can hear
No,
you.
he can.
You
He
hear
just
me?
chooses to ignore our opinions.
Oh,
It's
that's
like
great.
5 people talking over each other. Yeah.
That's
just
a podcast.
That's
It's
just like
wild.
old times.
I am in the car, and once I get inside, Miles is going to be echoing in my microphone. So it's like I'm trying to get my opinion out now before I cannot give my opinion.
Okay,
I mean,
fine.
I agree. Harada is a beautiful boy.
You literally
for what-
jumped into recording on the worst possible opinion to have.
So what is
do you mean?
next on our thing?
Tekken?
The Vita's still bad, still dead.
I guess. So we've talked about like old games. So I guess that's where we're going.
Hey,
from here, 'cause
it's my turn to.
this
It's
is
my
what
turn.
Ryan
Yeah.
is even here for. We should probably.
This is what I'm
free
here,
him.
which is Capcom Arcade on Switch.
Yeah.
So I have not bought that because I'm not spending $40 on Capcom games again. So the whole thing is that it's available either in these packs, or it seems that on March 17th you'll be able to buy the games individually. So
Mhm.
like the games that they have selection for, like it's a pretty good selection, but I don't understand why they need to put in 3 different versions of Street Fighter 2. Because one, they have that really great Street Fighter 2 collection.
I can answer that question.
Money.
Yeah.
Because Street Fighter 2 nerds know what the differences are.
Yeah.
Well, no. Like I get why the one game that absolutely should be on here is Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo, because that still has an active fight. It's the best version of the game. I kind of understand why Street Fighter 2 Vanilla World Warrior is there, because it's a historical title. I don't get why Hyper Fighting is in there.
Because DSP. That's it.
What?
Oh my god, you're right.
That was
Oh my
the
God,
one
you're
he was
right.
good at.
Really?
And Nintendo wanted to. So DSP is America's greatest Street Fighter 2 World Warrior fighter, or whatever. And yeah, Ultimate Survivor DSP. Also, hear me out. The best Street Fighter version of Street Fighter 2, Puzzle Fighter, and that's not in there.
I
So
don't. What is
we doing, Capcom?
What does
So-
DSP stand for?
Dark Side Phil.
No. You're not a Red Super fan, are you?
Mm-mm.
Ultimate
I'm gonna
Survivor.
send you, Evan, a documentary about him.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Darkside Phil is the ultimate survivor. He has outlasted every single streaming platform that has banned him.
Oh wait,
So-
you know what? I think I do know about this guy. We've talked about him before.
So
Yeah.
Almost
if-
certainly have.
Yeah.
with the Capcom thing, like if you can actually buy standalone games, this is what I recommend you grab. So they give you 1943, then you can buy Ghosts and Goblins for $2. I hope all of these games are $2 too. That's really great.
Discount Dave Filoni.
But Forgotten Worlds is worth buying on there. Ghouls and Ghosts is worth buying on there. Strider is really good, although the Genesis version is better than the arcade. I don't think Final Fight actually ages that well. I know that's a really controversial opinion, but if you don't want to buy the Street Fighter 2 pack, just get Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo out of there. That's all you need. Cyberbots is a really good obscure fighting game, and then there's 2 late period games, Giga Wing and Pro Gear. They're both shmups. Pro Gear is a bullet hell. Those are both worth getting out of there. I think that $40 for all of the games is a little much, considering you can get that Sega Genesis collection for $10 cheaper. You can get the Street Fighter 2 collection for $10 cheaper. No, full price.
Ryan, question for you. Does it have the Capcom AVP side scroll brawler?
No.
Pass. I will gladly play 1943 again for free. And then I will go back, get the Capcom beat 'em up bundle or whatever the hell that thing was that had Captain Commando in it.
Captain Commando's in this.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. But like again, you can just get, if you can get these games individually, because it seems like you can also buy them in like weird themed packs based on year that I really don't like. Yeah, there are 3 different quote packs of different games that you can get with this. There's one that goes from 80, 40, 88, one that goes to 89, 92, one that goes to 92 to 2001. And
can you imagine selling this to a Capcom year elitist?
Yeah, like you're buying like records. Yeah. But it's an interesting collection. I'm probably gonna buy a couple more games for it if you can buy games a la carte, but I just think it's a little too expensive. Like that's kind of my problem in general with a lot of these compilations. Like despite how good they are with emulation, this has really good emulation. It's just, $40 for a bunch of old games is kind of much, especially with that well-priced Genesis collection. For $30 you get all these first party Sega Genesis
it's
games.
Almost like Sega kind of has that kind of stuff figured out.
It is their biggest success as a company is that they've figured out really well how to market their old games. They've done a great job.
So question. My opinion on the arcade collection, I hadn't really gone through it too much. But my opinion was I would prefer buying a la carte the ones that I want. Even if like for all of them it's $40, like if they're $2 a piece, that's not bad. Then like say a collection of like 3 games that I really liked and then stuff I'm never gonna play.
Sure.
Oh yeah.
And I mean, compared to again the NES and SNES collections we've been ribbing on all night, I would much prefer if Nintendo just like just threw it all out and said, okay, keep the ones that you have, and we're just gonna sell you the rest as ROMs or whatever.
But
go back to the virtual.
Even then, they have all the games that were on the SNES Classic that didn't end up on there,
like Earthbound.
Because they're
Earthbound, Final Fantasy VI.
So
they're dripping them out.
Yeah.
But just screw it. Just sell the ones I want to.
And it's like there's a bunch of Super Nintendo games that aren't on this because they're holders of their IP or selling them separately. Like I think that's why there are no Gradius or R-Type games in the Nintendo Switch Online, because they're being sold individually or in compilations. The Super Nintendo versions of those games, which is a shame because that means that there's no good shmup in the Super Nintendo thing. Is Gradius in the NES collection? I keep forgetting. But that should tell you how often I pick up and play the SNES games.
There is a shmup, but I could not tell you for the life of me.
What is it? Gradius?
No, it's the Konami one because it's got the code. Yeah, it's almost definitely Gradius.
I like the NES Gradius. I like Life Force a lot better, but
I like R-Type. So here's the thing.
Great.
They always do this with the weird nickel and diming arcade packs. Hey, Capcom, don't cheap out on me. Don't give me this half-baked crap.
Whole ass this crap.
Just sell me a cabinet.
Just like a cabinet? Like a big ass cabinet?
No. With the CRT. No. Not
like
the weird little TV plug and play.
Do you know what Arcade 1-Up is?
No, I know exactly what you're talking about. The third-party one. I am talking about. Give me a Capcom official, just get. I want a MAME machine.
Again,
but I want.
I get it. You want to be Billy Mitchell.
Called Arcade 1-Up that does sell fully licensed, full-sized arcade machines. They're way too expensive for what they are, but you can absolutely get one that has all the Street Fighter games in it. For how much are these? They're so expensive.
Yeah, they are.
Let me go and find how much these arcade 1-up games are. They're selling them at GameStop. God forbid. Okay.
So
So these are $400.
Sega, sorry, you brought up something that got me a second ago. Sega pendulums between the greatest at supporting their stuff and the absolute nightmare worst at supporting their stuff. Because they like, hey, we've discovered that people like Yakuza. Here's every Yakuza under the sun. Here's every way you can buy it. We're putting it on PC. We're putting it on the console. We're putting it on the other console. Sega's probably about to get bought by Microsoft. Hey, everybody likes Yakuza. Go play with the Yakuza.
I mean, I like Yakuza.
Sorry,
Just go play
hang on,
Yakuza.
what's that? Persona? What about it? You want it where?
So
Shin Megami Tensei? What is that?
No. I'm jumping into this.
Okay, go for it.
Are you meaning to tell me, Miles, that Persona 5 didn't invent video games?
Persona 5 invented jazz music.
God damn it.
No,
This song sounds a lot like Persona 5 soundtrack.
This mountain looks like it's from Persona 5.
This looks a lot like Shibuya from
Dude,
Persona 5.
They put Japan in the real world from Persona 5.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, did you know that they invented Joker's weapon gun in the real world?
Yeah, seriously, play another game and not another Persona.
What do you mean Persona didn't invent black cats?
Now, disclaimer.
Wait,
I
whoa,
love
whoa.
Pokemon games have turn-based combat. Didn't Persona invent that?
Yeah,
you gotta collect
it's
them
in
all.
Pokemon. It's the press turn system.
You don't know what that term means. Let's back that up again. That's not even
What's
in
Persona?
Persona.
Is it like Dark Souls?
It's just like Dark Souls.
It's just like Dark Souls.
Oh, man.
Persona, I mean, honestly, Persona's just the Dark Souls of the anime turn-based hitty game.
As a
exactly,
roguelike fan,
right.
I am so sick of comparisons of Dark Souls to everything. It's like people forget, like,
Yeah, well, get ready
Diablo
for
and Rogue exist.
Persona 5's the next one, so get ready for it.
I'm gonna be straight with you. I mean, you know why that is, right, Ryan? Like why the Persona thing happens, and why, why the Dark Souls thing happened. Like you know why, right?
Teenagers.
Because
it's because we're old.
It's because we're
children
old.
are awful.
Yeah.
Like
you know that
a lot of like 18 to 20-year-old people, like their first experience with like that is either they played The Binding of Isaac as kids when they weren't supposed to, or they played Dark Souls.
Would I get TOS toasted for playing the You're Old bit from SpongeBob as our
Probably.
anthem for those?
Oh, can I just say I cannot wait to become a crotchety old bastard just
What do
so
you
that I
mean?
can...
You've been that since you're 15.
No. Can I just say how badly I can't wait until I look like a crotchety old bastard so I can get away with some of this shit? I just cannot wait to just torture other people's children. Oh, hey, you kids playing the Minecraft?
Just shave the middle of your head and you'll already look the part.
Minecraft makes me feel old, and like that game is already pretty old.
Why do you think I'm
so
wearing
I
a
feel
hat
doubly
on
old.
stream?
Yeah.
Minecraft
yeah,
and Fortnite, those are the two things that make me feel old. Ugh.
Oh, Jesus. Do I need to open the
Mm.
Grandpa Simpson meme again?
We also
Literally,
cannot play that
I
probably.
quoted the Grandpa
Literally-
Simpson meme a minute ago.
I know you
Minecraft is literally 2 generations old. Minecraft is as
know.
old as Assassin's Creed.
Minecraft
Yeah, I
was on the
literally
Vita.
watched somebody
Man,
play
what a great
Minecraft.
console.
Minecraft was on the Vita.
I literally watched somebody play Minecraft for the first time more than 10 years ago, and it was in beta.
when I
Yeah.
was still on Twitter,
Wait, you're
because I
saying,
take breaks from it
Evan,
now.
you're saying Minecraft didn't invent game streaming?
Oh my god. What did
No,
Ninja
I watched
do
a
before
roommate play
Minecraft?
it, but yeah, right, okay.
So like I take like big breaks from Twitter because that place is toxic. But like every time that I'm on Twitter, like one of the top the top 5 trends, maybe the entire top 5 is some inscrutable meme from some Minecraft Twitch person. It's like Tommy's dead. Who's Tommy? Why is he dead? Oh, it's Minecraft.
It's like reading hieroglyphs. It is a different language.
I just I hate it so goddamn much. And
I
not
just
to say,
don't.
Well, actually, no. You know what? Take it back. Scratch that. I hate kids. Anybody younger than me, dead. Dead to me. I don't care. All of your opinions are wrong and bad. You're too young.
He's turning into Ray Liotta.
Imagine somebody just like playing this podcast, like actually listening to it. Just like the disconnected conversations.
Poor 8-year-old
Just
child
imagine.
trying to listen to people talk about video games. And then Miles
All right.
is just like...
No. I'm going to bookmark it. I'm going to put a number on it. If you were born after the year 2000, I hate you. Continue.
You know that's not true. You've hated people long since before that.
Oh,
Anyway,
absolutely.
You
What
hate
was our-
me, and I live with you.
What
Yeah,
was our
he's-
next conversation topic?
he's setting-
Like,
he's
actual
setting a
real
hard rule.
conversation topic.
What? Oh, we need it's our weekly segment. What the hell did Weezer do now?
Oh boy, do I get to talk about Weezer now?
Rivers
Yes.
We
Cuomo?
weren't even gonna bring
Must
that
we?
back, but we should bring it back for Ryan.
Oh, we have to
All
bring it
right,
back for
so-
Ryan.
Oh, man. What was I going to
In
look for?
the time that I have not been on the stream, Weezer have released 1, 2, 3, 4. They've released 4 albums.
What the hell? Seriously?
Yeah,
Oh,
seriously.
they've also got 4 more in the works, apparently,
Yes,
Stop.
they do.
according to an article from last month.
Quarantine is an inspiration, I guess.
So they
I
were going to
mean,
release like a guitar
I'm
riff
sad
heavy
and alone.
record, and they've shelved it until the summer. So instead, they've just recorded a whole new record, and that record is a Weezer album. It's fine, I guess. So they are going to
any
make a.
good?
So the new one, it's okay. It's fine.
Is it
It's
about how
better.
much he hates women?
Well, like,
Really?
all right. So
That's not a no.
Really?
I don't know. It's just Weezer are their own thing now, and it's just I remember
It's
being
taken on a
Weezer fan.
form of its own. It is its
Yeah.
new species.
It's Weezercore, guys.
I'm
Come
just
I
on.
saying-
remember being
Weezer
a Weezer
core?
fan when the
Is
when the
is that the
controversial
hit-
Weezer records
That's-
were like the Green Album and Maladroit,
is
and like those are like 20 years away ago.
Okay, so hear me out. I have no proof that Rivers Cuomo single-handedly caused incels, but I'm just saying
he has a hand in it.
I've got a through
I have
line
no
here.
proof that he didn't.
Rivers
So-
Cuomo collaborate with B.O.B. the rapper. B.O.B. the rapper released that Flat Earth diss track against Neil deGrasse Tyson.
What?
Coincidence?
And then he disappeared, and nobody paid attention to that rapper B.O.B. ever again.
You're right.
No,
Yeah.
he did a crowdfunding. He did a crowdfunding so he could prove the Earth was flat.
Right. And then it
Oh.
failed.
Other
And
people's
then
money.
no one ever heard
Oh
of it again.
no.
Yeah, that happened.
Man, if you ever have any free time, just look up
Right.
the original version of the song "Flatline" from B.O.P. It's a
Ew.
real hoot and
Right.
holler in time.
Why do none of
Oh,
us have
no.
knowledge of things that aren't terrible?
I have approximate knowledge of many things.
But
So
like,
what was
are
our
any
next
of them
Which are terrible.
So our next
Um,
conversation topic
No,
was what?
there was a
What is
question
the
at the
next
end of our little retro game thing.
What did Rivers
which
Cuomo
is-
do now?
Oh yes. What was
which
it?
It was what is a game from your past that desperately needs a remake, not a port, not just a coat of paint, like a full top-down Ratchet and Clank or whatever remake.
Is Ratchet and Clank a remake? The PS4 one?
Ratchet and Clank is a
Remake of the first one,
Okay.
Yeah, where they
Uh,
add
It's
the
also
movie
pretty
into
good.
it.
like Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2 kind of remake.
Yes.
Oh,
yeah,
man.
as in
Yeah, I
like a
forgot. I
game that
already
you
got
have
mine.
a lot of.
Whoa. Can we pour one out for Tony Hawk?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Since their
Well,
the entire dev team got folded into making Overwatch skins.
Well,
Oh
okay,
God,
so
that kills
that
me
actually-
inside. Poor Vicarious
that
Visions.
that actually segues me into my my pitch for this. Believe it or not,
Overwatch needs
the-
a remake.
the Vicarious Visions news absolutely broke my heart because there was this little teeny tiny little sprite of hopefulness, just a micron of hope that maybe, just maybe, they'd be allowed to take a shot at remaking American Wasteland, aka one of the greatest open world games ever made.
It really was.
That's not Mr. Mosquito.
That said, what happened to Skate 4?
Skate 4 is coming out. It's there.
No.
Last year.
It was
hasn't been a whole
it was
year.
like barely teased. Yeah, don't talk about this because SMT fans were waiting 4 years for any word their game existed.
I know it was a meme for a little while.
Yeah, what? They just got an SMT game. Just came out.
No, but like
SMT Strikers on the Switch,
So you were
featuring
talking about
Dante from the Devil May Cry franchise.
what game from your childhood
And Funky Mode.
remaking? My answer to that is Sonic R.
Sonic-
oh baby,
Oh,
what a
Lord.
good opinion! Yeah.
The fighting game?
No, the racing game.
Sport racing game.
Can you feel the sunshine, baby?
Oh god.
Not a good game, but I
Oh.
played like too
Look,
many hours of that game. Oh
I
my
need
goodness.
someone here. So everyone's like, "Oh, that soundtrack's really weird and bad," but I want
It
you to tell
is.
me right now that any of those songs you would not expect them in any other racing game made at that time.
Sure,
Because
I
they're
would. That's
exactly
a
true.
Daytona soundtrack.
Yeah, but you know what it is? A good racing. Okay, no, a good racing soundtrack.
What's
wrong with
the Daytona soundtrack?
Not
Nothing.
it should Daytona. Like it.
I thought it was, that's not even what it said. It's rolling start.
No. Rolling Start is the good one. Do
Yeah.
you remember when we went to round 1 and we played
Mm.
Daytona and the Daytona theme song was just a man screaming Daytona at us for 20 minutes?
It was fine.
That's amazing.
So
It's
Ryan,
great.
have you played Sega All Stars Racing then at all?
Yeah.
No,
Any of them?
no.
You know
I,
the one that Wreck-It Ralph is in?
I have
Those-
not played that game.
Really?
Use you?
Those games
Really?
I've played.
You haven't
I've
played the
for a little while.
Sonic Adventure Team Transformers Racing featuring Yogg's cast?
So you know what I have been doing a lot of? So one of the streamers that I
And Team
watch,
Fortress.
he speed runs Sonic 2006.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, that's
No, no, no. Hear me,
On
out,
purpose.
hear me out on
Masochist.
this. Hear me out on this. Like that game is a broken mess as like a straight playthrough, but as a speed run game, it is really interesting. And like the tech, the
Yeah.
game is broken
I'm
in
sure
such
there's
a way.
plenty of exploits.
No, the game is broken in such a way that it's a really fun speed game. I recommend like you watch a speed run of Sonic's story in Sonic 06. You can do some wild stuff with the physics in that game.
So
Like
what you're
the-
really saying is they should remake it.
No,
Oh,
they should not.
absolutely.
They should not remake it. They should leave it exactly as it is because you should have the experience of playing this game
It's-
either as the interesting speed run or one of the funniest game experiences you will have in your life because everybody needs to at least play through that broken train wreck at least once in their life.
I don't know. I am excited
I'm
about
good.
the idea of Sega putting out in 2021 a game called Sonic 2006. I just
It is a treasure of
Well,
bad
no,
video
remember,
games.
it was only called Sonic the Hedgehog.
That's
Everyone's
true. We always-
it's a soft reboot that includes all of the old
So
characters.
we're just gonna soft reboot it again. That's totally in line
no,
with
no, no,
Sega's
no.
point.
Instead of giving Sonic the Hedgehog 2006 another go, allow me to one up that idea and let the people who do the live Sonic the Hedgehog redubs let them dub an official Sonic game.
Sure.
Sure.
You know what I'm talking about,
It's
right?
Sonic. Anything goes at this point.
Or just give me Mania 2. Whatever.
But
Yeah, I'll
my
take
my
it.
big problem
Mania's
with
good.
Sonic at this point is that they
or
keep
Sonic Advance 3.
trying to reboot the series just constantly. They will never let a good idea continue through. Like they had a good game with Colors and Generations, and instead of
Mm.
doing,
Yeah, they
Colors,
always drop the good
Generations,
ideas.
they go with like Sonic Lost World and Sonic Forces and that weird inexplicable game where he's
They're
a werewolf.
always trying to
No, no, no,
reinvent
no,
the
no,
wheel.
no, no.
Whoa,
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
That game's a good game.
No, it is not.
Yes, it
Okay.
is.
Sonic Unleashed is not a good game. I'm sorry.
I apologize.
Okay,
Aaron
sorry,
has
that game's-
brain
That
worms.
game's half a good game.
Yeah, in the
Sorry. It
same
is-
way that
all the-
Ultimate
all the levels are
Spider-Man is
too
half a
long.
good Spider-Man game.
No. Hear me out. So
Hey,
I
I
will
will
say
not have any Treyarch slander right here.
Sonic-
Not in
I'll,
my
fine,
face.
I'll let you have it.
Sonic Unleashed is bad and you're a bad person for liking it, but listen to my good opinion. Sonic Forces is a gem. because they were holding on to the idea ever since Tumblr existed or DeviantArt existed. Sega knew about the Sonic OCs thing, and somebody at Sega every time pitched the idea, what if Sonic character creator? And every time somebody had to say, no,
Well,
do you know what would happen?
Yeah, it's a philosophical nightmare of a suggestion.
Of your actions.
It's truly a philosophical nightmare to have that in an official game.
When they revealed it, I was like,
oh no,
they've pulled the trigger.
Oh no,
There's
not
going back now.
No. Allow me to rephrase that.
It was the same year as Sonic Mania.
It's not. Oh no. It's oh no. I just need that Knuckles clip on repeat. It's so Sonic Mania was a tie-in for Sonic Forces. Like canonically,
they're in the same sort pseudo continuity.
Like it's so furiously upsetting. Anyway, Sonic.
We have a suggestion in chat that the best Sonic game is Shadow the Hedgehog.
I concur. We are.
Shadow the Hedgehog is Sonic
Dark Shadows on the wall.
That's exactly what the Sonic franchise needed.
A gun
from Persona
5.
From Persona 5. Okay.
Shadow the Hedgehog was the true precursor to Persona 5.
Hear me out. That is the edgiest god. That is
Sonic Heroes did have a good OST, yes. I had that CD.
He pumps his submachine gun, dude.
But did Shadow have a gun? No, not nearly as good. Shadow the Hedgehog might be the zenith of that franchise.
He also aped Cloud Stripe's motorcycle.
He says, damn. He is a
where's
boy
that damn Chaos Emerald?
What are with these black damn monsters?
That was when E10 ratings were new, so it's almost like that was a selling point.
Oh yeah, they had to flex it. Beautiful. Mwah, mwah. Shadow the Hedgehog 2, please.
Oh, so that's what they're remake. So that's Miles' choice for remake.
Yes.
Shadow the Hedgehog.
No. I want Sonic 06 remade as Shadow the Hedgehog 2. I want Sonic 06, but guns.
Aren't there some guns in it? Doesn't Shadow have
Shadow the Hedgehog?
No, in Sonic 06 in the Shadow Run.
I can't believe I know Sonic 06 as well to tell you that no, Shadow does not have a gun in Sonic 06. Why
they learned their lesson, unfortunately.
He has like a 4x4 that he can like pick up in some levels inexplicably. I think that has guns on it. I don't know. That game made some bad decisions with all sorts of characters. But yeah, just go and look up Sonic 06 speedruns on YouTube, like that.
I'm watching Sonic R instead.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Sonic R.
You can beat the full Sonic R in like 15 minutes. Yeah.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
Along that vein, I'm off the top of my head saying there should be a Diddy Kong Racing remake that's a little bit more timely. Yeah.
This is gonna run afoul of TOS, but it's been literally decades since I have played Diddy Kong Racing. What is racist in it?
I thought
there's an elephant.
Whoa!
On a magic carpet.
Twitch is not gonna like the fact that I have not played Diddy Kong Racing in at least 20 years.
I just
very stereotypical India element.
It is a elephant riding.
That back in.
It is riding a magic carpet with a turban with a
it's a great game. We don't need that.
A very very early Simpsons Apu accent.
Yep.
Guys, Magic the Gathering released a card in its India-inspired set with power toughness 7-11, and it's less racist than that.
Oof.
Wow.
So as you can see, because if you take that,
it was a different time.
It was by Rare.
What the
didn't
hell,
know that.
Rare?
Yeah, what the hell, Rare?
Okay. No,
So-
no, 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 no. It was 90s. It was the UK. They get a pass.
No. But what I'm saying is,
pass
it's
in
a
the fact
good
that-
game that if you remade and took out the bad shit and made it a little more playable, it would be a great experience.
You
But you gotta
literally
keep in the bad shit.
No.
That's what makes it great.
you
That's what a
literally
remake's
never
for.
hand it to the UK. You literally can never hand it to them.
One of my favorite
I mean,
games
to be
of all
fair,
time.
Greg Kirkhope's music is great throughout all of those games.
Always a banger.
Pacific Britons aren't good. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying you can't say the UK gets a pass. The UK gets literally 0 passes.
Oh yeah, no.
Of any
no.
nation in the world.
The UK famously less so than most. No. So here's the thing.
God damn it! Why are you doing this to me?
The UK has done some pretty universally bad stuff.
Yeah.
But also, they did a bunch of fun stuff. They made Banjo-Kazooie.
And
That
fish and
game's great.
chips.
And fish and chips. Banjo-Kazooie has the phrase "ow my balls" in it, and that's
Does
great.
it really?
Well, kinda. So it's
Oh, is this
uh,
the So Long King Bowser thing, but for Banjo-Kazooie?
Oh no! Grant Kirkhope has confirmed it. There's an audio clip of him going "Uminaka" for one of the enemies, and they're like, "Yeah, what does it mean?" He goes, "Oh, it's a sped up sound of me going ow me knackers," which is British for testicles.
Yeah.
And
I
so
know.
you punch an enemy, and he goes "ow my balls." So yeah, good. It's good. Yeah, I don't know. What's a game that should be remade?
Digimon World 3. That's my
Gosh.
trying to go back to that Digimon stuff.
Pokemon Puzzle League.
World 3. Yeah.
Well, you can get puzzle league games. They what do they call that series now? Is it just Paneled Upon? Or do they call it
Puyo
something else?
Puyo
Frosty.
versus
No,
Puyo Tetris 2.
it's Tetris Attack.
Tetris Attack.
Well,
yeah.
Tetris doesn't allow them to call that game Tetris Attack anymore.
Why
So,
not?
Well, because it
It's
has
very
nothing to do with
aggressive.
Tetris.
It's just
There's
Tetris.
this whole interview with the guy who runs the Tetris company saying that he likes
The
Paneled
what?
Upon, but he didn't want the game to have the name Tetris on it because it didn't allow the game to have like its own identity, and he's more happy with it being called something else, like Paneled Upon or Puzzle League or whatever they're calling it now.
We have identity. It's just a bunch of falling blood. Anyway, perfect. Tetris needs a remake. 2021 Tetris. Make it a gritty reboot. Do it like you remember
There's already a Tetris
Yeah,
2.
we already made
The children of men of Tetris.
We already
God.
made the ideal Tetris reboot, Tetris Battle Royale. It's the hottest battle royale on the market.
I am
Yeah,
the
You
only
mean Tetris
person
Puyo
99?
that has
Tetris
ever
2.
referenced Tetris 2 for the Super Nintendo. No, it's just a regular Nintendo. Gosh.
Is that real?
Yes, there's a game
Yeah.
called Tetris 2. It
Yeah.
is kind of like Dr. Mario, but worse.
I'm a big fan of the EA Tetris on Xbox 360 that was
With Rainbow.
horribly broken and would occasionally drop frames on a Tetris game. Yeah, I don't know. I want a gritty M-rated Bomberman Zero style reboot of Tetris. But barring that, something that will absolutely never happen, Sega, Skies of Arcadia, do it, you cowards. Please subscribe to CBS All Access.
Solid. Good pitch.
Yeah, whatever. Skies of Arcadia is great. They made it on the Dreamcast. Nobody bought the Dreamcast. They put it on the GameCube. Nobody bought the GameCube. It's a good game. It's
love
got
it.
And
space pirates.
the Switch is literally publishing anything that was, oh, this was already made and nobody bought it because it didn't have a platform. So here you go, guys.
Yeah. Put in Skies of Arcadia news into Google, and the first thing that comes up is an article from like 10 years ago from like Kotaku. It was a April Fool's Day gag of Skies of Arcadia HD's announced. It's like, man, fuck you.
Cool.
I don't know.
So
Video
Evan,
games
what would
are
you
hard
remake?
now.
Besides Diddy Kong Racing?
Well, yeah, that's right. I'm gonna forever block it out of my mind.
Sorry.
Other M.
Oh,
jeez.
God. Can you believe
Nintendo
that
doesn't
game's
even-
already 10 years old?
needs
Nintendo
to
acts like that game doesn't exist, and they shouldn't because it's a bad game.
It's to
Bad
this
idea.
day the only Metroid I've never played, and I'm eventually going to have to.
It's not terrible. It's so okay.
It's just that the writing's
gameplay-
terrible.
Yes, the gameplay is fine. The game is not good.
I feel
I
like he
liked
was
it.
channeling Adam Sessler there a little bit.
I like all
Oh
of
boy,
the
don't get me
design.
started about him right now.
What?
You don't want to
Why
know.
Oh,
would
you didn't hear about that?
No,
Oh
what?
no! Did he post his balls on Twitter?
No, that would
No.
have been his head.
He did some transphobic shit.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
God damn it!
It was last year transphobic shit.
He
Last
literally.
year?
Oh, that he's X Play's back. Did you
Yeah,
know
that's
that?
that's why I found out about this.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
Because
we're gonna have to look
was
into
going
this.
around.
It happened
Yeah.
last year, and we're just discovering it now, or it
Well, I
happened
mean,
last
no,
year.
people had observed it. It just finally made it into my purview. My guess is he flew under the radar enough to where it didn't reach most people's ear holes until now.
Oh no! Are we gonna be the Hannibal Buress and get that man canceled?
I don't know. I don't know. I just that's what I know. Like, don't get me started. Because of this is literally what I meant.
Is it a thing now, like Bean Dad, or is it just like not a thing that people are like talking about a whole bunch now?
I'm just seeing like smaller indie editors and stuff like
I
talking about
love
it.
that Bean Dad saga was.
I only know
probably-
about Bean Dad through because I wasn't on Twitter at the time. So
Oh.
he used to be the keyboard player for the band Harvey Danger, and his current band did the theme song for My Brother and Me. Used to they got rid of his
Yeah,
theme
they
after
had
Bean
to-
Dad.
Really?
Ditch
Yeah.
because
Yeah, like, the domino effect- The domino effect was legitimately man posts unintentionally bad story about kid, and my brother and me needs to do theme song, like just a domino effect.
Because it turns out he seemed like a nice enough guy, but he had a lot of weird opinions on Palestine. And then it was like, oh, yep, let's check his Twitter stuff and milkshake duck. All right.
Twitter is bad, and I do not like
Twitter is a
Twitter is
nightmare, and I wish I didn't use it. Follow me on
I
Twitter.
I tend to
Oh,
take
it's
long
so
hiatuses
good.
from it because it's just super toxic and
Oh,
not
it's
great.
so good. I just go on there and just absorb all of it. It's just it's like Spock at the end of Wrath of Khan.
Ryan's media that he covers isn't completely poisoned though, like from its core, so he can still escape the irony poisoning.
Oh,
I don't know,
gee.
man.
Are you talking about the music industry?
Yeah, the music industry's got there's some stuff.
There's some stuff in the music industry, my guy. But I tend to cover like jam band stuff, and that's less toxic than some of the stuff that's happened for now, at least.
For now.
But
I'm sorry, I'm just thinking about the time James Brown shot his wife's fur coat because he was fucked up on opiates.
why are you laughing about that, or is that just your bet?
No, that's an actual thing that happened, and I don't
Yes,
know
but
why.
why are you laughing so hard about it?
That's when I
This
heard.
is how irony poisoned he is.
When I heard
Ah.
the music industry's messed up, for some reason that's the first thing that came to my brain, and I just have
You
an
mean-
image of him shooting it in the driveway. It's
Like, this is how toxic the music industry is. The most anticipated releases of 2021 are the re-recordings of Taylor Swift's old albums she has to make because the guy who currently owns her masters is an awful person.
Wait,
so
really?
she has to
Yeah.
Scooter
I-
Braun,
no.
who-
I knew about her owner being terrible.
Hashtag
I didn't know
free
she had to redo it.
She's
That's wild.
re-recording all of her records. So Scooter Braun, in addition to being Justin
And Free
Bieber's
Kesha.
manager, he's also the person who sunk Carly Rae Jepsen's career and why
What?
her like perfect albums have not been hits. He also now owns Taylor Swift's
Wait.
back catalog because he bought like the label that she was on for
Carly
a while
Rae
or whatever it
Jepsen,
is.
The Call Me Maybe one?
Yeah. Her last
Yes.
few albums have been great.
Fantastic. Some of the
I
best
am-
pop music past decade.
No,
yeah.
dude, it's
I have
great.
not
Like really
heard
good.
that name since.
Oh, dude, yeah, you should
Call
listen
Me
to some
Maybe.
of her most recent singles. They're great.
I haven't heard. Sorry, I haven't heard that name since her mom accidentally doxed her on live television. That's real, by the way.
How is that
I
the
don't
last time
remember
you
that.
heard of indie pop princess Carly Rae Jepsen?
I don't listen to music.
There we go.
No, sorry. I take that back. I listen to a ton of music. It's just all older than I am. My taste in music died with Lennon. Everything after 2000, bad. It's all bad. None of it's good. Minor exceptions.
You did destroy your really nice speaker system listening to Kendrick Lamar.
Kendrick's fun. I like that he doesn't like anybody. Yeah, Post Malone. That's it. Everything else.
Post Malone and Pokemon, dude.
That's him. He do it.
We talked about that before you showed up. Yeah.
Yeah.
That Post Malone thing about circles and the Pokemon thing. Yeah.
Does anyone have any final notes they wanted to talk about?
Please subscribe to CBS All Access.
Oh, okay.
Support your local fighting game community.
Don't do that.
Just double checked, and Adam Sessler has not apologized for doing weird trans.
That's disappointing. It's like
that's really disappointing.
Just throwing that out there.
I mean, did he Gina Carrero it and like double down?
No, it's just he made them and like he just got away with it.
They're not classy. They're not even like I didn't know better.
Oh no.
And like colleagues are like, come on, man. Sorry, I brought it up. You got me started, so I feel like I have to follow up on that and say that's where that's at.
No, you're fine. It's just a bummer.
It's like a 20-year-long milkshake duck.
Yeah, like all milkshake ducks eventually. They all come home to roost. But that's why I told you up front about me being a crummy kid. So now you all know I'm just a terrible person.
Travis, your wife sends her love, and also way to bummer out the podcast at the tail end, Travis.
I know. Yeah, she has to live with me. It's terrible. I feel bad. I feel bad for her all the time. But no, we do have a. What are y'all playing at the end of this? I guess we could do that.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that a little bit. Yeah, what have you guys been playing these days? Because we've had a lot of time to do time.
Finished the first expansion of the hit series Final Fantasy XIV.
Oh,
if you play right now, you can play to level 60, and it includes the first award-winning expansion.
Why does it feel like everybody who plays Final Fantasy XIV has like a sales pitch?
Oh, because it's actually
I can just ban him. Hang on.
It's actually a pretty prominent joke at this point because everyone's like, it's free level 60. Do it.
You remember when Miles was talking about good cults? I guess this is what he's talking about.
I guess Final Fantasy XIV is the good cult. Yeah.
Fantasy 14 is a good cult? No, it's like New
Final
Yorkers.
Fantasy 14? Like
No. Final Fantasy 14. All MMOs are terrible.
Let's go to the next person instead because Miles is going to rant about this.
No. Anybody recommending an MMO is like a New Yorker. Oh, we want people to come in here so we can share in our misery.
The freshest pizza? We'll take your pizza to level 60.
Oh no, it's terrible. It's just I hate you. I want you to be sad. Play EVE Online. Like it just.
Is EVE Online still going?
It's still going, baby. Tax Simulator 2021. Woo!
There are real life assaults that happen because of EVE Online.
Yeah, and nobody knows about it because it's happening in a part of the internet that doesn't exist. It's just, I watched a documentary on role players in a modded Arma 3 Halo community, and it was the weirdest goddamn. The internet was a mistake. Like we have created the system of our own destruction.
I still think the internet peaked with like trading fish tapes on BitTorrent in like 2003.
Oh, that was
Like
the good stuff.
The creation of the Space Jam website, it has all been
Oh,
downhill
yeah.
since then.
Yeah.
You know, they can't find that.
What are you
Like, they
talking
don't
about?
know. They don't know what's hosting it.
Is that
The
why
server-
it's still been the
It's
same
still
all this
around.
time?
They don't know where it is to get rid of it.
That's amazing. I figured they just kept it like that on purpose.
It's older than time itself.
So if I just go to spacejam.com, it's still like that.
Oh yeah, in all its 1992 glory.
Trapped in amber, yeah.
Trapped in amber. That's beautiful. Yeah, still there. Look
Still
at it go.
there.
Web 0.0. Yes.
Web 0.0. You love to
Remember
see
when
it.
the internet was like something you looked forward to going on and not something that you like sighed and like had to check every day, every hour?
Oh, I'm still excited to go on the internet. Are you kidding?
I cursed in front of my spouse just like right as I got home because that Switch news broke, and they were like, what's wrong? And I'm like, I'm about to get on a podcast and Switch news just broke.
Yeah. Oh no.
Dang it.
Every time I'm in a large group of people and I hear everybody audibly gasp, I check Twitter in glee. Like it's just
No.
You
so-
going somewhere where there's a lot of people lately, buddy?
No. But
Discord.
yeah. I mean, okay, Travis makes a fair point. My brain might be broken, but also
But so is my
human
body.
Human misery is fascinating to me. You know, I just want to see just how bad could things possibly get.
The voices in your head do not count, chat says.
Don't count by what? Oh, the other people? Oh,
The
no,
voices
no,
in
the
your
voices-
head.
Nah, voices in my head. I got them under control. That's under lock and key, baby. So what have I been playing? A little bit of everything. Brain Bad, Neo 2.
Neo 2's good.
Play video games.
Aaron, what have you been playing?
Final Fantasy, Persona 5 Strikers, and Tekken.
Swanky. Strikers is good?
Tekken's a constant.
Is
Because you were
You know,
flip flopping on it last we talked.
I'm 10 hours in. I finished the first. We'll just call it an area. Let's just say that to avoid any kind of spoilers for anyone who wasn't interested. I enjoy the gameplay. In the thick of it, I'm always having a good time. I have been kind of iffy on the things surrounding it currently. It's not like it doesn't have plenty of room to come together more cohesively, but there's been some things that have been hand waved away that I wish weren't. You know, just and also the port for PC is a little. The sound mixing is a little bad.
Oh, yeah, that's
the
annoying.
dialogue
sometimes.
audio is like significantly, noticeably lower than the music audio.
Yeah.
Man, I still can't get over the fact that they put Persona 2 Golden on Steam.
I'm gonna just
Persona
move
4
it.
Golden.
He knows what he said, and he knows why he said it.
Oh.
Remember, the series started at 3. No one.
Oh, that's the joke. That's the joke. Okay.
Yeah,
I'm the
Persona 1
only
and
guy
2 doesn't exist.
I'm the only person in the world who's played both Persona 2 games.
Fair.
You know what the main villain of Persona 1 and or 2 is?
It's 2
God.
and shut up.
Is it God?
It's the Führer. Not that's
Oh.
the official title of the character. It's definitely not Hitler wearing sunglasses. It's the Führer.
No, it's Hitler and cool
So it's
Hitler.
King Bradley.
No. It's the Führer.
It's King Bradley.
It's cool Hitler. It's Hitler with
Man.
sunglasses.
A man with a very nice mustache.
No,
wearing
we're
sunglasses.
not doing that, guys.
No, look at the picture.
No,
it's literally
this
him with
isn't-
aviators on.
There's no joke here.
That's real. That's the Persona. That's the villain of the Persona universe. He was the big bad the entire time.
So I walked away to get a glass of water while like 4 people were talking over each other, and then I'm back and the same 4 people are talking over each other. Podcasting.
Now
What
this
game are you playing right now?
now this is podcasting.
You missed Aaron give a heartfelt defense of a character named Cool Hitler in his
I
favorite video
didn't give
game,
any
Persona
it's not,
2.
Oh, Evan, it's not Persona 1, it's Persona 2.
Oh, I
saw
see.
you looking on stream right now, and yeah, it's Persona 2's big bad.
Oh, that's literally the version of Hitler from Danger 5.
Because
Yeah, but with aviators. Because he's cool Hitler. Look at him. He flies jets.
It's not even. Wow.
Oh yeah, no,
They
so that's the censored US version because they don't want us to know who that actually is.
So they put sunglasses on him?
Yeah, that'll protect his identity.
His name is Führer.
The Führer, and he's smiling in the US version.
Okay. All right.
Japan's weird. It's a good thing.
This stream is gonna get super toasted, isn't it?
It's a good thing all Shin Megami Tensei games are bad, and only Persona games are good.
Yes, Persona is the beginning of everything that ever existed.
Yeah.
Ryan, what games have you been playing?
Those new DLCs of Dead Cells, which are pretty good.
Nice.
I've been playing. So a couple years ago, Atari put up this thing called Roller Coaster Tycoon Classic on Steam, along with just the plain original Roller Coaster 1 and Roller Coaster Tycoon 1 and Roller Coaster Tycoon 2. And I've always wondered what this classic thing is. And it's basically like a mesh of the two that is HD upscaled, has a bit more of a thing. It's actually pretty good for a thing Atari made in the past 5 years, because they are normally bad at everything. If you are not familiar with my rants in the TYF Slack about all the bad decisions Atari has made over the past couple of years, like they wanted to make a hotel. They have this new VCS system that I do not.
We want to make a hotel when we're the least relevant we've ever been.
Have you seen a photograph of the hotel? They sent me a mock-up of what they want the hotel to look like, and it has this giant Atari logo on the side of this hotel.
Hold up,
it's
whoa.
the funniest thing.
They sent it to you.
Is this the one in Vegas?
This was the one they wanted to make in Vegas. Yeah. No, because I get PR stuff because I am a retro game raider.
This is somebody from Atari reached out to you and said, "Yo, check out this sick hotel."
They sent me an email about it.
Okay, cool.
Like a couple years ago.
Respond to them right now.
It was 2 years ago.
Right now, and say, "I
Respond
will
2 years
review
later.
your hotel. Please give me the master suite."
I will not give Atari my money. No thanks.
No. They're doing it for the review. So you get to stay there for free because they want a review of their video game hotel.
I don't like Las
know
Vegas,
if we should do
so that's
that.
probably a bad
Yeah.
idea.
I was literally listening to Giant Bomb this week, and somebody was talking about going to Vegas for the first time. And the second that they stepped their feet onto the tarmac, the rubber on the sole of their sneaker melted off.
Well, that's because it's hot.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, Vegas is hot. Also, nobody talks about the fact that it actively smells like raw sewage.
Here's a
But-
fun fact
Sure.
about Vegas. Did you know that most of the Las Vegas Strip isn't actually in the city of Las Vegas? It's in the
Master
census-designated
Suites,
place
please.
called Paradise, Nevada.
That's weird. My favorite Las Vegas fact is when you go on the main strip there that is not in Vegas, as I just learned. There's a bunch of dudes standing there with cards for call girls, and they're always like clacking the cards. Apparently, they've invented a language that they use to talk to each other through card slapping, and I think that that's great. Also, I would like to change my answer on what have I been playing lately to Project Triangle Strategy.
Oh, my
How is
favorite
that?
new game title.
It is.
So, I gotta say, the soundtrack is so incredibly made by the guy who made Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood soundtrack. It is so literally lifted straight into the game.
Does that make it better? Is that good?
Yes.
Okay,
It's
because
the
I
art
really
style- yeah.
I really like the music from Octopath.
Yeah, Octopath is good. Project Triangle Strategy is good.
I gotta play
hope
the
they
demo.
keep the name.
Project's Triangle Strategy, the art style just suits this genre of game way better than it did Octopath, in my opinion.
So I don't know if I've stated this before, but when we were watching the Nintendo live stream, I saw the Octopath style. I'm like, oh, cool, Octopath 2. Man, I really wish they'd make like Final Fantasy Tactics like this. And then it turns out to be Final Fantasy Tactics, and then I went, oh, okay, cool.
Nice. Sometimes
I'm
dreams
always
do
down
come
for a
true.
tactical RPG. That looks pretty neat. I might actually
Yeah.
purchase a video. So I do not buy like new full price video games very often because
Fair.
I don't work in a job where I just have $60 to spend on a computer game. And I
Fair.
am currently like waiting until I pay my taxes to figure out what the next big game I'm gonna buy for my Nintendo Switch is, and it's probably going to be that Mario All Stars if it's still a limited time thing by the time I do it. Yeah.
I
So,
don't do it. Just get Project
here-
Triangle Strategy.
here's a fun twist for Project Triangle Strategy. Wait for it to come out on Steam, because that's what happened with Octopath Traveler, and for some reason nobody talks about the fact that it looks like 40 times better on that than it does on the Switch.
You don't know how old Ryan's laptop is.
My laptop is
it's-
like 8 or 10 years old.
It's
can-
a
it can pl-
pixel game. If it can
it
run
can-
on a Switch, it can run on a toaster.
Yeah, like my system can like play like Skyrim. It can play that Roller Coaster Tycoon thing. It can play Undertale really well.
Yeah, this game is made on like what? When the hell is there a sale on Octopath? Ah, damn.
Around the holidays, that's when I got it.
Bugger. Yeah.
Yeah.
I gotta stop buying things when they're full price.
Yeah, you do.
So yeah, good game. I can't wait to see it be real. Strategy games are cool.
Buh. Travis, what have you been playing?
So for like over the weekend there was stuff in Pokemon Sword and Shield, so I actually went back and played raids in that for a bit. And man, such a silly thing, just more Pokemon battles has got me playing this game way more than even the Pokemon games I actually adore. It's kind of weird.
Oh, Travis.
But Fat
And/or-
Pikachu.
Big Pikachu.
Fat Pikachu.
Travis, I know you have. Ryan, have you played Sword and/or Shield?
No.
Okay, good. Travis, do you recommend the Pokemon Sword and/or Shield DLC expansion pass?
I mean, yeah, if you're already gonna get it, then yeah, it's more video game, and it actually has like story content in it, so it's a marked improvement.
So what does it add?
So it adds 2 new wild areas. So they're just as big as the one in the main game, but there's more stuff going on in them. And that's also where the story takes place. So it's not like there's like other places that the story happens in, and then you go into the wild area. The wild area is where the story is happening. And then the first one it's basically wild area, a new legendary. You a part of the plot is evolving that legendary, and then you get to kind of explore the island and stuff and Pokedex things, whatnot. The second one is the entire point is to explore the crap out of it. So they literally just populated the thing with legendaries, like old legendaries, new versions of legendaries, new stuff they've just invented, and they just put little riddles out there, and you have to go solve them and go do all this catching and stuff. And then they added a new version of the raid system that is like a dungeon crawl. So you play it with 4 people, you go through multiple raids, and then you get to catch one of like the big legendaries from like the box arts of old games and stuff. And those can even be like shiny. You have to like make decisions on where you're going to go. And the best part is that mode does not let you use your own Pokemon. So you can't just cheese it. You have to use rented Pokemon and actually strategize as you go with whatever you have to make sure that you can actually beat the final raid. If you actually can, the catch is guaranteed, and then you can decide if you want to keep it or not, you know, if you're a shiny hunter or whatever. So I think in terms of like, you know, this is like a $30 add-on to an existing game. It's pretty substantial for what it is. If you don't like where the Pokemon series is, I don't know what to tell you, man. I wrote like a ton of words about why they keep doing this and why it still works. I don't know what else to say about it. The other thing that I've played though is I'm trying to catch up on stuff that I've bought recently. And so I bought new Super Mario's U Deluxe a few months ago when it was on like a digital sale, and I've played it before on the Wii U. The spouse and I, they played it with me, and we played the whole game like for New Year's one year because we're lame. And I had kind of like, I'm really glad they ported it because these are like for like 2D, just like straight up Mario levels. These are excellent levels.
Oh yeah, that's like that's the reason they got away with doing it is like it was their way to be like, well, we just want to make more classic ass Mario. So
yeah, and I'm playing most of it as Toadette because memes. You kind of have to.
Yeah.
How's that?
Yeah, you gotta get you some Bowsette there. And no, it's pretty dang good. Pretty dang good. I am a fan of it. And I'll probably then finally play Bowser's Fury after this. Gonna be a lot of Mario for me still for a while.
Nice. That's okay. I've got to go back and play 3D All-Stars with the GameCube controller since they added the analog support.
Oh yeah, because it works now.
Yeah.
I don't know how they missed that one.
I don't either, because you can literally use a GameCube controller with just about anything, I think.
They're trying to move away from a controller that causes horrible hand damage.
That controller's fine. I like that one.
The problem is the GameCube controller is lacking a button.
Ah, that's what it is. It's the left bumper, isn't it?
It is. You either need one of the third-party ones that added one, or the game needs to remap buttons or have remappable buttons. And that's why, that's the real reason why All-Stars didn't have it, is for some reason they just decided it wasn't worth patching in for a single game. And then, people who actually care about Sunshine, for some reason, were like, hey, could you, maybe put this thing in that was already there and you took out for some reason?
Since when does Nintendo have to listen to the people that buy their stuff?
Evidently, never. They certainly do it less now, but whatever.
Well, yeah.
Hey, they did it. They did it. They patched it in.
They did, yeah.
Yeah, what a weird thing to relent on.
I just, the whole existence of 3D All-Stars is really confusing to me, because I know we've pitched before that it probably was like a testing ground for emulation on the GameCube and Wii stuff.
We know they can do it. They put freaking all of the Zelda remakes. They've been doing it for ages. Hell, they did it with...
Yeah. I can't believe people went into that Nintendo Direct and thought for a minute that Nintendo was going to sell them 3 Zeldas at a reasonable price.
No. I was expecting them to announce more than one Skyward Sword remaster, but I knew if they were going to that you would be buying each one individually.
Honestly, I would have been more happy with them just announcing Wind Waker HD again. That's what I'm saying. They would have. When they do, you will pay full price for it again. I mean, I'm glad that they're finally admitting that putting in Waggle in Skyward Sword was a bad idea. Yeah, literally, really. What have we been asking for years? They're going to let us play it like Metal Gear Rising.
My spouse is yelling at me in Twitch chat because because they were hoping that they would do that, and I'm like, no.
I hope that they do it eventually too. But the thing is,
it's going to be individual purchases because I will be expected to shell out.
If you're going to do a Skyward Sword remaster, this is the year to do it.
Yeah,
you're not going to have Legend of Zelda All-Stars?
No, they're not going to do it.
All right, so maybe we should.
I think we got there.
So should we start a little wrap up? Do we have any closing notes or anything like that?
No, I think we got there.
Okay.
I think we got there.
The only stuff that I've been playing was you taught me how to play Magic the Gathering, which is a fucking experience.
Hey, elves rule though.
That elf deck absolutely slaps. It really does.
I also tried to get Evan to play Gwent.
Yeah,
exactly as well as expected.
I tried. You have to give me credit for trying.
You did try.
Hey, Evan, you're gonna be sold out by the time that Magic the Gather or that Lord of the Rings set for Magic comes out, man. You're gonna be.
What? Is that real?
Yeah,
that's
they're
real.
really doing that.
That's real. Warhammer and Lord of the Rings.
I had to go to Target to help my brother get some shipping supplies for his beautiful book that he made. But we stopped in Newberry Comics, and I was looking at the Magic card shelf, and I'm like, no, oh no, I know what these are now. Oh no, I'm eventually gonna spend money on these.
Oh, and when you do, I'm gonna ruin your life.
No, I can't. I don't have that money. This is bad.
You can literally get a deck that never goes out of style for $25.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
Like
until they ban all the cards.
Oh, they don't ban stuff in precons.
Mm.
They've never banned a card out of a precon. I can say that with authority.
Give it time. I would like it to be known I'm not changing my answer. Skies of Arcadia is still a good game to remake. I would also like to add Custom Robo.
Oh yeah, Custom Robo is a good game.
Did you know Nintendo completely abandoned the trademark for that?
Did they really?
Did they?
Yeah.
Is it like public domain now?
Well,
I know
they can't stop you. As far as I know.
I know the director of Custom Robo released a not Custom Robo a little while back, and it was fine.
Did you guys see that Override, that like Super Machine League or whatever Override game?
The what?
It's like something Modus Games put out, and it caught my attention. It caught my attention because they're adding Ultraman stuff to the sequel, but it looks like Custom Robo.
Oh, the giant hero robot punch.
Yeah, it's like
Something?
it's Override 2 or something.
I could have sworn there was a game I just saw on shelves that had Ultraman in it.
It's probably that game.
It
'cause
very
just
well
came out
might
that
be.
long ago.
I don't know. Video games are bad now.
Yeah, buy Evan's brother's book.
Video games are bad. Buy art instead. That's
buy
the
my
that's the
book.
statement.
Buy my book. Oh God, I'm so old.
We're just to the.
Are we gonna close on that? Video games are bad. I'm old. That's gonna be our closing statement.
I mean, that's a good title for the episode, at least.
Buy my book. Put the picture of Jay Sherman.
Who? No. All right.
You've never seen The Critic?
Oh, yeah. Okay. Sorry. Forgot.
No, it's fine. I'm just 1,000. Show only came out in 94. Ah! Oh God, I feel my bones turning to dust. Turn it off.
Anyway.
Did we actually turn it off?
No, not yet. I looked up Jay Sherman first because I want to chat to see for context. If you've never seen Miles, just imagine that this is him, Jay Sherman from The Critic.
Yeah, but in live action. I'm John Lovitz. Basically, Evan's just saying I'm just John Lovitz.
You're my own personal John Lovitz husband.
John Lovitz.
Cool. All right. Well, this has been a extremely long episode of This Conversation Has No Point, and I think that the title name rings true. This is all pretty pointless, but I had fun, and I hope you guys did too. So.
Yep.
Next time we do this, I promise to be more intoxicated.
Okay. I will hold you to that.